Most of them do, though.
Welcome to episode 318 of the Sndpodcast show. Our baseball preview. Yes, we're doing it during opening day. We know.
Well, yeah, that wasn't
Yell at
supposed
Vin.
to be planned.
Yell at Vin for not having the Jordan-esque and, getting the
No
flu.
clutch gene.
No clutch
Damn
gene
you,
at all
Vin.
out of that man.
Well, he doesn't know what clutch is in the playoffs, so
Ooh.
I went there.
You
So
really
how's
taking
everybody
shots
doing
like
tonight? Obviously, we
You
got
really
the
are.
even teams, the Mets and Yankees. We got Devin. We got Snacks with us tonight. Obviously,
Technically,
got
Devin,
myself.
when you're re-listening to this, they will officially maybe have started their season by then.
Well,
The
tomorrow's
rain never
supposed to be.
stops in New York.
Friday is supposed to be a beautiful day.
It's supposed to be
Yes.
like
When you're
65
listening,
degrees
you
and
know
sunny
it.
all day.
that. I will be there tomorrow for sure.
Nice.
Nice.
Jealous, Devin.
Cannot wait.
I knew that. I feel like I knew that. I feel like we were
Yeah,
sitting
no.
together at the hockey game, and you got the ticket.
No, I got him for my birthday on the 21st. So
Okay.
worked out well. So I will be there for sure, watching Garrett Cole pitch nice 7-8 innings against the Red Sox. And
5 runs.
12 strikeouts. Something like that, right?
Trevor Story
But
hitting
hopefully
a
watching
grand
him
slam in the ninth inning to win the game.
Listen, don't get me started on Trevor Story. Don't get me started.
All right. Since we're already discussing the Yankees. With you
Devin,
guys.
what's your Twitter handle? I always forget.
At
This-
_Hoyt.
Wait.
You know what? It was so funny today when you made that tweet, and I clicked on Devin's name. And I'm like, I always thought I followed Devin because he's always on my the timeline, always replying back. And I was like, wait, what? What a douche I am.
Well, I sat there and I was listening to the podcast the other day that you guys did last week, and Danny and them were talking about how us Yankee fans are crazy
Little bit.
to be so negative about this team, and we're going to win about 92 to 95 games or something like that, and it drives them nuts. And I was saying, man, that's not the standards.
No, it's not.
So-
The standard is not
but
to
Devin,
win
they-
95 games.
So
They
that
would-
actually
they
goes
wouldn't know
into the
that.
question. That actually
But,
goes into
okay.
my question to get before you go anywhere, Danny. It goes into my question that I want to go with Snacks because Devin and I actually, we sit at the hockey games and we talk baseball because, as Snacks already
Not
pointed
much-
out before there's not much going on the
Not
ice to
much
talk
hockey.
about. So,
Sorry.
how does it feel as a Yankee fan growing up in all those years, hearing those words this year of, "Oh, we have a budget. Oh, we're on a budget this year. We can't sign players because of a budget."
You know what though? It's not even like it's a crazy budget. I mean, we're going to spend $250 some odd million this year. I just don't think the Yankee fans liked the way we're spending the $250 some odd million. Like, you took on all the money for Josh Donaldson, you took on the money for for Anthony Rizzo and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, if you were to add another 10 to 15 million on top of what you just spent this offseason, you could have had a Correa or a Freeman, or someone like that. I felt like the way Cashman has built this team, it's not the way any Yankee fan wanted it to be.
Yeah. So to Devin's point, I agree, and this is the talking point because I listen to the Michael K show, and obviously Yankee announcer and all, and the fans call up like the Yankees. They call them the Steinbrenners cheap, and they're not cheap because, like Devin's saying, they're spending $265 million. That's their payroll, which is a lot, damn money.
Go root for Kansas City or Tampa if you think that's
right, or Oakland, right? Exactly. But Devin's right. It's the allocation of the money. So you have $265 million. You gave $10 million a year to Aaron Hicks. I think he's played like 8 games since he gave him the contract.
And
you gave Sevy 10 a year. He's made like 2 starts.
Is he on the IL to start the season, or is he good to go?
He's good. He's good to go. He actually looked good his last start.
Okay,
but that won't last. It's just like Donaldson's their big ticket acquisition this offseason, right?
Which
He's
is hard to
36.
say.
It's very hard to say. He's 36 with injury concerns.
Yeah.
If he's healthy, it's a great third baseman with power, which we haven't had in God knows how long, since A-Rod. So I think there's reasons, and this is another thing. Here's another thing. Yankee fans call up and they're like, man, they're like, it's been failure, and Michael K. and the guys are like, well, how's it been a failure? You win 100 games and you're in the playoffs every year. Okay, but the general manager 4 years ago said championships,
Right.
not championship, championships. They haven't even made a World Series appearance.
Right.
So yeah, I think we should be pissed.
I think it's funny though. If you saw the Yankees pump up video, it was about no excuses and everything else, and that was the theme of the video. But like it's just like I don't know if the Yankees front office and like they're just like there's this seems like there's a big disconnect between the fan base and the team.
They're the only team that said, "Yeah, we have a budget issue because of COVID." Like, doesn't the rest of the league?
Like, it's just a nonsensical bullshit.
It's just excuses. Like Danny said, the video says no excuses. Yet the front office is literally like, "Oh, there was a COVID. We didn't."
And
have
unfortunately,
fans.
Cash brought up 2017 again, and it's like, all right, we get
that one. That pissed me off. That pissed me off so much. They're trying to do a fine line of being a high payroll team, but trying to analytically play like the Rays.
Right.
Right. They're first off, they will never be the Rays.
Never be the Rays
that way. Never. They trade Blake Snell and all these guys off their team, and they still somehow win 90+ games a year.
They build from within.
Their
which is crazy.
analytical team is insane.
And it is also nuts that Judge's contract hasn't been signed yet.
They said on Carter and Robert. They said on Carter and Robert today, don't be shocked because of the rain out today to hear that like right before the game tomorrow you hear about the contract.
I think they're going to do like this big ordeal of a press conference. They name him captain, and that gives them good vibes going into the season.
Yeah. You know what,
didn't even think about the captain part.
Even though the game tomorrow, it kind of sets up the whole day. The game's what, 1:00 tomorrow?
I believe so.
Yeah, 1:05.
You do it like 11 before he goes out for batting practice, and
the fans will all of a sudden like change their narrative about
and the whole offseason narrative would completely change, obviously, because it would be like, oh, we didn't do anything. Oh, we just signed Aaron Judge, our face of the franchise for.
See, the problem with that even too is like. I can't. It's like Cashman.
But that should have happened. That should have happened like months ago. Well, obviously, normal year.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the Braves right now. They have one of the best contracts in baseball with Ronald Acuna Jr. because he signed him early.
Well, that age.
It made no sense to me why you never offered Aaron Judge a contract after his rookie season, being like, you know what, this dude's special. He's already one of the faces of baseball. He's obviously got something going for him. He's a plus defender, high OPS. I think I was watching or listening to John Boy, and he was talking about how if you took Judge's best season out of his career, he still has something like a 270 something average with a 374 on base percentage, and like the numbers are ridiculous. How do you not have the foresight to sit there and you know what, this is going to cost me a lot of money down the road? Why don't I get them done early?
Right. And Acuna's, like, to your point, Devin, Acuna's agent should be fired. But
yeah,
like that is so pathetic. I don't know how they ever thought that was a good idea. But when healthy, Judge, you can argue, is close to a top 5 player. Obviously, top 10.
Very close, and he is
borderline.
Face of the MLB type.
Correct. Right. He's a giant.
So that alone should be.
Yep.
Right.
But Brian Cashman's smarter than everybody else. Fucking
right.
Idiot.
Brian Cashman's the guy that he's the brain trust behind it all.
He won what, 4 rings officially as the GM.
He officially won. He officially won 4. But those early '90 teams,
they were built before him.
They were built before him.
Nick, did you see? I saw a clip from they had Hal Steinbrenner. He was talking during this documentary about, I guess, the
nobody wants to watch Hal Steinbrenner say anything.
And he's sitting there, and he's basically taking credit for the dynasty of they really wanted to trade some of these prospects that we brought up, and I had to sit down with my father and we kind of had to talk at the airport, and then it kind of, I'm like, dude, stop. Do not try to take credit for that. Please, for the love of God, do not try to take credit.
My question is
my
based
fault.
on the
I'm
offseason.
so happy I didn't see that.
You know, they always say
It's
how the bodies
infuriating.
turn in a grave. What direction do we think Steinbrenner is at this point, based on
He's
this
been
entire
doing the
off-
twist. He's been doing the twist for years now.
Dude.
like every time one of his kids are in front of a microphone, he probably turns over and goes, "Nope, no, listen to this one."
No,
It
you know
makes
what?
no
I want to
sense
say
me.
something. No, I
It's
can't
only
do it.
hell, unfortunately. Hank passed away a couple years.
Yeah, and that was going to be the next thing I was going to say, but I'm not going to say it. I'm just not going to say it.
Brian Cashman.
I hope you guys understand what I'm thinking, but I'm not going to say it. Wrong kid died.
See, Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner.
I'm kidding. I wish death on nobody except LeBron James.
Yeah. Fuck
And
LeBron
Eagle fans.
James.
I do
And
not
Eagle
like
fans.
LeBron James at all. Anyway.
I will say one thing. No, I didn't love the Yankees offseason, but no, I don't think they're going to be bad. I think they'll still be very good.
Listen, they said it on every radio station. The fact that Major League Baseball added that third wild card team now, literally the Yankee front office was like, no one's going to complain because we're going to get that spot and we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
But the thing is with the Yankees is that division is completely stupid.
Brutal.
Honestly, the whole 4 teams might make the playoffs in that division.
Yeah. No, it could happen.
I think that's
I
going to be the
actually
case.
think that's what's going to happen.
The Rays.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jays would have made it last year. If they had the extra team.
Exactly.
Right.
And then they would have had 4 of them.
And now the Jays, look at the Jays. You got Barrios for a full season now. They add Chapman at third base, so their defense goes up. Gausman they add. So
whatever the fuck.
And then they'll have a full season of Springer now too. They didn't have him for like half the season. I mean, they're going to be a powerhouse, and I really think they win the AL East, and I don't think it's close, honestly. And the way I look at it from a Yankee fan's perspective is that if I'm already penciling in the Blue Jays at the top of the East, and then Tampa has our number every year, we just can't beat Tampa. It doesn't matter who it is, can't beat Tampa. And then so now you're going to be playing the Red Sox for third place, and I can't say we've dominated the Red Sox last year. We basically broke even with them, and then they smacked us around in the wild card game.
Right.
So
I think you're pretty spot on there for if we're going to wrap up on the Yankees. To me, obviously Toronto's going to win that division. At least I think obviously.
Right.
I think their bullpen's pretty shaky, but they can outslug anybody under the sun. So I think they'll be okay there. I think the Rays take a step back.
I think the Meadows trade actually hurt them.
Yeah, I didn't understand that, but then again, I have
kills
learned
you never understand anything the Rays do, and then that works out.
It just works. I have learned not to question them. So
I'm not
the only move they can't make is to a new stadium.
Yeah, literally. That's literally true.
I loved them moving on from Meadows, and I loved Toronto moving on from Bridget. Because Bridget
kill us. Yeah. And then I do think I know that the Red Sox added Story, but at first I was telling Danny I never really wanted Story to begin with, so I wasn't.
Snacks never wanted Story.
I wasn't mad at that. I think the Yankees are on paper at least better than the Red Sox. So
see what the one thing with the Yankees from last year is they have key guys that had off years last season that you would expect them to bounce back this year. Like DJ LeMahieu would be one of them.
Right.
And then maybe this year Glaber's back at second base. You got the
full-time,
he's only 19 years old, Glaber Torres. That would be That would be 2 huge spots right there of just like those 2 guys alone. You boost up a couple wins there, and they're back.
It's really gonna come down to their I think their bullpen's fine. They have some nasty live arms in the bullpen, so I think the bullpen's fine. The starting rotation has to stay healthy. Like you need 25 starts out of Severino. You're probably gonna get 30 out of Montgomery, who's as solid as it gets. I love Jordan Montgomery. Tyone's got to stay healthy, and then you need that 5th starter, whether it's a Luis Gil or Davy Garcia, to be something.
And Cortez
Cortez, yes, Cortez.
I don't know.
Cortez was huge for them last year. So
Cortez was unbelievable last year.
See, but that's the thing with when Danny, you were saying you can expect maybe to have some bounce back years from Torres and guys like that. But can you expect now to have the same year or better out of Judge and Stanton to stay healthy? And just Cortez pitched to a 2-point-something ERA.
No, the Cortez thing realistically probably
that was an anomaly. That was an anomaly. I expect Judge and Stanton though. Yeah, I do.
Judge and Stanton definitely. And I
mean, you'd hope so.
Production-wise, yes. Health-wise, I'm just going to cross my fingers.
Right.
Yeah,
Do we
Doesn't
hope that
matter.
they
The
stay
Mets
healthy
season's
again the
already
whole
off to a
year?
better start than it's been in the last 20 years.
all
They're
right.
1 for 1 on hits.
So with the Yankees, just lost my train of thought watching Sterling Marte got a base hit. But with
You had a
the
Derek Jeter
Yankees
hit.
is that I really think Stanton should really completely play the field again and keep on playing, because you couldn't tell he's that guy that needs to play in the field.
Yep.
So playing him in left field and Judge playing him right, it's fine. Judge is an athlete. I mean,
So would you
Stanton's
put
an
Gallo in
athlete.
center?
Yeah, I would put Gallo in center. Yeah,
Gallo center.
bite the fucking bullet.
Judge played center a couple times last year too, though, and he was fine.
And he's played it the last 5 years, and he's.
Think
I
about
think
it,
if you could.
Sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
No, you did.
I was just following up on Danny's point. Once Stanton got into left field playing consistently the last 2 months, he was arguably the best hitter in baseball.
Right.
Yeah.
So
You know what it is? I think with him being in the field, it distracts him for any struggles that he does have at the plate.
Right.
I mean,
Truth.
And he's not a scrub, and we've seen him not be a scrub.
Right, because I feel like when he has those games where he sits there and strikes out 4 or 5 times in a game, he takes that back to the bench with him, and he's just got to sit on that until his next at bat.
Yep.
At least he goes to the field and he has to sit there and play defense and have his mind on something else. Right. Where am I lining up? Where am I doing this? It's just more natural for him to play the field and bat, which is why I'm kind of hoping Torres being at second kind of wakes him up and being like, okay, well, I don't have to have the weight of being the shortstop. I can just play second base, which is a little less important position, and I can go back to hitting.
And I think they went about it the wrong way last year with Glaber.
Well, Lauren giving us some big news right here.
Well, big news, Lauren. Thanks.
Thanks. We talked about that at the beginning. That's
Anyway,
Devin's wife, by the way, Snacks. That's Devin's wife, by the way.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
as if hi, Lauren. She's one wall away from me here, literally.
Yeah, so watch what you say.
Watch what I say. Okay, don't worry. Won't say anything, Dev. Good.
She'll be through that wall like the Kool-Aid man before you even finish what you're saying.
All good. I'm not a pervert. Don't worry.
Well, yeah, with I think with Glaber they kind of did it the wrong way, but unfortunately he had a couple moments of like the youngster not running out plays because of struggles, and that was a big deal.
Yeah,
and we know how.
The other big thing recently was, I know Devin listens to Starting Nine. I don't really listen to the podcast.
Well, baseball's dead now.
Well, they had when they had Harper on, I saw a little clip of that talking about when he's saying he was
infuriated seeing that clip.
When you saw that,
I didn't see the clip.
He literally says, "Yeah, I was in shock. The Yankees didn't even call."
Yeah. When he was a free agent. One conversation with the Yankees, and it's just like, as a general manager, don't you just make a call and do your due diligence and say, you know what, maybe he's willing to take a cheaper or lesser deal to come to the Yankees. Like maybe, like to not even have a conversation.
Yankee fan. He even said it.
Infuriating.
He grew up a Yankee fan.
He even goes, I grew up a Yankee fan.
But wasn't that the Cole year though?
No, I think it was the year before.
It was the year before. It was him and
Machado.
Machado just sat out until he clearly was waiting for the Yankee call.
He probably was, but you know what? I think I'm gonna, because to Danny, what Danny just brought up the Cole year, I think I might give some leeway to that one because
you went out and got the best available pitcher when you
needed him. He was gearing up for all-in pursuit for Cole the next year.
Well, that's
it was like with CeCe the year before. They didn't do anything, and then they knew they were going to go out and just splurge. So
now at least we thinking though this offseason you had one of the greatest shortstop classes to be free agents, and you needed a shortstop.
And your biggest need was a shortstop.
And you didn't go get one.
The weirdest
so
one was
are you
Pereira.
preparing for a big contract with somebody else like a Juan Soto or something?
Yeah, but the other key also is if you look at like Correa's contract, that's a 1-year deal.
Yeah, essentially,
it's a 1-year deal. He's opting out at the end of the year. Let's face it.
He's no way he stays.
Without a doubt, he's not staying unless he gets hurt. Way.
Unless he gets hurt badly or something, where he's going to miss this season.
Or he wins MVP and World Series MVP, and they end up winning the World Series. Maybe then he'll say, you know what, maybe I should.
This is like the NBA.
At that point, he probably opts out and tries to get a bigger contract elsewhere. Honestly.
Well, this is the NBA equivalent of what's his face playing in Toronto and going to the World Championship.
Kawhi, yeah.
Kawhi going there.
So we're all counting on the Twins to win the World Series this year, and
not if they have to play the Yankees in the playoffs.
That's actually so crazy. He went to the Twins. I don't even think they're gonna sniff the playoffs, but whatever.
If you look at a third wild card spot and equals teams
Yeah.
on the brink could
I just
sniff.
think there's too many better teams than the Twins.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
All right. So real quick, and then because I have some points about the Mets I want to make. So I'm assuming that's what you're gonna talk about after that.
Oh, they're not playing this year. They actually already. Marte
Oh,
just got thrown out at second.
Who did Marte?
Yeah, he tried to. He opposite field base hit to lead off the game, and then he got thrown out trying to steal.
Dude, I feel like that was a long time ago. Yeah, I guess maybe he's a leadoff hitter, right?
This is why the Yankees don't steal. Analytically, it's not very good to steal.
So
this is why we signed Marte, because we never steal bases anymore.
So you figure Toronto, Chicago, or no? You know what? No, I'll save that.
Let's save that. Unless you want to do the AL bracket first.
No, we could save it all for later.
Save
it all. Do it all at one shot.
Got it.
I do have, just so you guys know, Vin has already filled out the spreadsheet, so we have all of Vin's information.
Look at Vin,
a motherfucker.
You gotta do
something
something
with the pen in his hand because he's so sick.
Listen, we got his dying wishes for the MLB season. Okay.
Great. He's probably in Washington watching the game right now. He's faking sick.
Did anybody?
He's actually sitting right next to the Met bench.
I don't know about that.
If you watch the game right now, he's behind home plate.
Did anybody see Final Jeopardy?
No, I did not.
The guy in the middle, he lost. He wrote in, "What is? I have no idea, but the Mets will win it all."
Listen, I cursed the team yesterday. I put all the money that was. I had like $3 left in my FanDuel sportsbook, and I put it all on the Mets to win the World Series.
Well, double mush.
Yeah, and Dan Kelly did the same thing, Steve.
So I got a nice $3 bet on the Mets to win the World Series. Boys. Here we go. Be rolling in that $17 when we win. I'm gonna take a picture of me laying on the bed with $17 just laid out. If we
go the gas pump and squeeze it 3 times.
Yeah, I'll get a gallon.
I didn't realize how good Pete's numbers are against the Nets.
And JD's like the best baseball player against Corbin in like the league.
Yeah, he walked.
Another guy, Patrick Corbin, watching him should have been a Yankee. Wasn't he at the stadium with the thing on the wall?
Yeah, they did the whole thing. Corbin.
At the time,
when I saw
Corbin,
the contract, I was like,
I'm with Devin and Snacks on that one.
Yeah, but it's still another guy that was a top free agent that
and when they needed pitching, yes, I understand.
But he hasn't done anything with the Nets.
No, he's been solid. He's
solid.
not living up to that contract.
I mean, now that Scherzer's not there, he's the ace. He was the 2 because Scherzer was there.
Last year he had a 5 ERA.
That's like Cole.
But it was a partly COVID year, Danny. It doesn't count according to.
No, last year was a full year. Oh, you're making a joke. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it was there was COVID days. They don't count. You get days off for COVID.
All right, he still had a 5 ERA last year. So.
All right, I'm waiting for Snacks Mets points.
Oh yeah, sorry. I like zoned out for a second.
I thought he was like writing down extra bullet points for each of them.
No, I was just my brother had texted me. He said something about Daniel Jones and like sent me a video. I have to watch later. Yeah,
I'm afraid to know what Daniel Jones is doing.
It's a Daniel Jones hype video.
By the way, how about Kadarius Toney getting full? Kadarius Toney's coach got fooled by West.
Oh, that's
unbelievable.
Sorry, I'm a Jets fan.
That's a really good question, Wes.
We'll get into it. We will definitely get into that. We'll get into that later.
So my Mets points.
Here we go.
Wait, did Tony show? Speaking of Tony, did he even show up to camp this week?
No,
he's the only guy who didn't show, right?
He's a bust. Allegedly. He's a bust. He's a bust.
The entire team is there, all ready to go, but on an optional camp, and this one guy.
This is the baseball preview. I don't want to get agitated. Okay, please.
Sorry, you brought up Daniel Jones, and I had to bring up West.
I understand.
His left eye was twitching.
I'm not gonna say anything bad about the Mets. I'm not. I'm truly not. I think it literally. If they don't. I loved Marte. That was my favorite signing. I hope Scherzer. I don't know how long Scherzer will last, so I'm hoping you guys get this year out of him because I mean.
No, that's the plan.
That's
the plan. They're both opting out at the end of the year, so the key is this year.
You better win it because your manager has been known to throw his pitchers into the ground. However, Buck Showalter easily adds you like 6 wins over that moron Rojas.
Well, last
in the
two
Dodgers.
morons.
Everybody.
Well,
whoa. That's our
true.
third base coach now. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
To me, he's the best third base coach in the league. Okay.
the poison.
Listen.
Until-
If you need it,
until
listen.
Judge
You
goes.
could have paid me $1 a game to wave my arm around and throw up a stop sign standing at third base, and you would have been
Listen,
happier
Steven,
than that guy doing it.
Anything is better than the dude that we had. What was his name again? The third
Phil
base
Nevin.
coach? Phil Nevin. There was anything better than Phil Nevin sending Judge,
Yeah.
and he was out by
Oh
like
my god, it was
30 feet.
brutal.
I'm like, dude,
That was
what
bad.
are we doing? What are we doing?
I think Lou would be a good manager if it wasn't a shitty situation with the Mets the last 2 years.
He
how
did get
became-
thrown into like a
He did,
really
yeah.
bad
He did.
But
situation.
he
like,
clearly wasn't ready. So hopefully in a
No.
year or two, he's working with the Yankees and then a team like, oh, maybe we give him a chance. But
Listen, when he replaces Boone, you'll both be really happy because someone finally replaced Aaron Boone.
You want to die?
Listen, honestly, you have a death wish.
I'm not kidding. I've been begging for Aaron Boone to be fired the day
Yeah.
his first year opening day when they turned to that dugout and I saw his hat like this. I've been begging for him, and then I realized he's just a shitty manager. So,
He's awful.
oh, what? Because he has a couple outbursts during the year.
Well, who did he manage before that where they thought he was like...
Aaron Boone?
Wasn't
He didn't manage
He was the
anybody.
player. He was
He was
the
an
color
ESPN
commentator in
booth.
ESPN
Oh,
baseball.
he was.
Yeah.
No, because
Stupid
I remember
bitch. I
like
hate him.
Girardi, like he coached half
He
a
hit
year,
one home
won
run
the
and that's
coach
it.
of the year.
He won the coach of the year with the Marlins, and they fired him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
but he only
that's the
also coached half
Marlins.
that year.
Dude,
That's the
dude,
Marlins.
They fired Joe Girardi. He won a World Series. Okay, he won a World Series. They fired him.
Oh, that's right.
when
He did
took-
win the World Series as the
in
Yankee manager. That's right.
2017 when he took the Yankees. That team that was not even supposed to make the playoffs with all those young kids took him to Game 7. In a year they got cheated and they fired him. But Aaron Boone, who they give $280 million payroll to, and all these big boppers, can't get past the wild card game. Or the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Get this fucking bum out of here.
Excuse me. They are the Tampa Bay Rays.
Oh, that's right. They're men now. I forgot.
I hate
Even
that
though they
team
still
in
wear
that
their
stadium.
Devil Ray jerseys every once in a while.
There's nothing worse than that rinky-dink ass stadium in Tampa.
Yeah, it's
Awful.
pretty bad.
I've always told myself before I die, I want to see every stadium. If I don't see that one, I won't care.
No,
It'll be
you
fun.
literally miss nothing. It's like going to an Islander game
Yeah.
at the Coliseum. It was
Sorry.
the exact same feel, and it was a bullpen game for the Yankees and the
Oh, of
Rays.
course
it was
it was,
terrible. And then G-Man Troy hit a walk-off home run. And of course, I was wearing Giant gear, and everyone's like, "Yankees suck." I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. Little do you know, though.
Yeah.
I'm not really
and
here to watch the game. I'm just here because I'm a baseball fan. Just
for you two dopes that root for a team that hasn't won a World Series in your lifetime.
I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat.
Steve can't go to World Series game 5s.
Yeah, I've been to both of the last 2 times the Mets have been in game.
Wow, you really are mush.
Listen, I was at all the
does
playoff
DeGrom
games in
pitch this
15.
year?
I was at all the games in 15, and in
So you-
2000 was just a random
Yeah.
that I just picked up last minute ticket and we went.
Uh-huh.
No plan, no just.
Who
I
won the
was-
World Series that year?
I was what 8th grade, I think I was in.
No, 7th.
So-
I was in 8th grade.
Right, I was in 7th grade. So to go to a World Series game was just like. I
Yeah,
also
it's
literally
surreal.
high-fived God on the way to the seat. So. But hey, I was at a World Series game.
I mean, every time I see like that replay, I still think Piazza hit it out.
Oh yeah.
I will tell you this, like.
I
We were
kinda
there for
like
batting
that one
practice.
that
I
they
will
did.
never forget watching Jose Canseco hitting it over the scoreboard in left field and being like, nobody does that. And then Piazza making it look like it was the easiest thing in the world. But like still like 2000, like Jose Canseco
favorite-
doing that. Like,
My favorite part of that 2000 World Series was the last out because Piazza makes contact, and just for that split second,
you thought it was
every Met
everybody
fan in
thought it was.
Shea Stadium
Thought
thought
it was gone.
gone.
Yeah. Dude, I
And
thought it was gone. I still
It
think
was
it's
just that
gone.
last bit of let's rip that away real quick. We're winning the World Series. Don't worry about it. Peace.
And Luis Soho winning the game the inning before her.
Luis Soho, that's
Soho.
trash.
He looked like
a little
high school
bleeder up
janitor.
the middle.
Was it? I forgot which boy band.
But
One
that's
of the boy
when men were
bands sang
pitchers,
the
though,
national
because
anthem
Al
at one
Leiter
of
had
those games.
130 pitches.
Oh,
that
dude, I loved Al Leiter.
Al Leiter was
Yeah.
a tank. Imagine
like
watching a
Al Leiter
pitcher
too,
throw
though.
even like 100 pitches these days. Like,
Yeah, right. He 140 pitches. What a psycho.
what was
Honestly-
Johan's no hitter
Oh,
count?
It's like at 130 something.
yeah,
right?
that ended
And
his
then his
career.
career
So,
ended.
His no hitter asterisk.
yeah,
Right.
Listen,
that
they
was a
brought
fair
up
ball.
again
we
another.
were there.
Yeah, we were there. So
Were you guys? Wait.
So you want to hear
Yeah,
a great
you never
story
told
about
me
this?
that.
You want to?
I
you want-
definitely
So you
have.
want to hear
You
this
probably
great
did, probably
story?
did.
You want a great story? So I worked at a job where I was working at like it was like 10 to 6 that my hours were, but it was like 5 minutes from the house, so I didn't have to wake up every day till like 9:30. So I remember I woke up that day and Danny's like, "You need to look at the pitching matchup tonight." And I looked and I go and it was Johan versus Wainwright.
Oh, gotta go.
And I looked on StubHub. I'm like, I just found 4 seats. Who are we bringing? Well, we got to be there. And it was just random, 9:30 in the
that.
morning.
And you see a no hitter.
StubHub buy.
Yeah, that was our best StubHub buy of all time.
And I remember both of us getting the alerts on our phone from ESPN that's telling us that someone's throwing a no hitter, and we're both like, "Nope, we're not taking our phones out of our pocket. Nope, nope."
Yeah,
So
my
we know we're
uncle's
gonna look
calling
at
me.
our phones, and nope.
That's cool.
Steve went for his traditional walk
My
around the
ADD
stadium,
walk.
Yeah,
and then he goes, "By the way, that was a hit." I'm like, "Yeah, probably, but it don't matter."
no, it don't. Hey,
Right, because
listen.
I was like walking around. It was like a couple years into the stadium. It was basically empty. It was a random June Friday
Yeah, it was
night.
June 1st. It's crazy that it's 10 years this year.
Listen, he's getting his own
That
day
is
on May
crazy.
31st.
That's embarrassing. Sorry.
Yeah, it is kind
Yeah, it's
I'm sorry.
of, that's awesome. That's almost as bad as hanging the wild card.
Well,
Well,
like
it's
one
the- well, it's the-
effective start after that.
Well, if you remember, his next start was actually Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium, and he got his ass lit.
got lit
Well,
up.
his first inning, he
Shelled
threw a
that
perfect
game.
inning to start the game, and everyone was
Yeah.
like, "All right, cool, he's okay. He didn't die from that last game." And then
Yeah,
next thing you
yeah,
know, the
he was
Yankees were
shelled.
just taking
Shelled,
batting practice.
I can't believe that's 10 years ago. That's wild.
I hate Robbie Cano.
Well,
I
it
just
does
look
make
at him
sense
and I
that-
get angry.
It does
at
make
him.
sense that they're going to do the honoring thing because it is the 60th anniversary of the team this year. So it does make sense.
All right, so I guess they're highlighting key. Yeah, all right.
And also, they're doing it May 31st, they said, because that's a night game, and on June 1st, they have a day game. So they want to make sure people can actually go and not, because June 1st is during the week. So instead of having fans miss out on that opportunity and,
It's like
an easy
them
ticket sale.
they're
That's
gonna
fair.
shove
That's
Andy Chavez's catch down our throats too.
Yeah, but we have to
they
play in
bet-
October for us to honor that.
They better not do that. They should never show that catch.
It's so
We still lost that
Martin.
game. It doesn't matter.
No, it
That
doesn't
catch-
matter. It's like the Odell catch. I hate that catch. Hate it.
Yeah.
Lost the game, and that was a game in October, or November, whatever it was. That was the World Series.
November.
Yeah.
November, because I remember I had a ticket to go meet him at Steiner's the next day. And Vin literally texted me, goes, "If you don't call them right now and get a second ticket so you can get the picture of him making that catch signed, also, you're an idiot." And then
Oh, fuck! Hold on. I gotta get my charger. I didn't
And then the douchebag made us wait like an hour.
because he's a
That's bad.
scumbag.
So we're gonna talk about
like-
the Mets real quick.
I
So
like what the Mets did.
I do too. It's
Listen,
It's the
Steven
Mets,
asked
that's
them
the
off,
problem.
and Cohen was like, "Here's my checkbook. It's open. Go for it."
yeah. The problem with the Mets is just it's the bad juju that's always around the team. Unfortunately,
Right.
DeGrom's hurt again. They say it's a month, but we know it's not going to be until June.
Probably more like
Realistically, probably more than June. You know how it is. That's really what put a damper on this this opening day.
You
It
know
was
what,
just
though?
like
I'm gonna make you happier right now. You ready, Danny? Listen.
I'm ready.
You now have an owner who will spend out of
Right.
problems and mistakes.
Right.
And that's one of the biggest advantages to Steve Cohen and this whole year, honestly. Like, the biggest pickup for you guys this offseason was Steve Cohen. That guy is a fan that literally just wants to win. Doesn't care how it gets done, doesn't care how much money he has to spend.
Right.
If he has to go out and get Luis Castillo at the deadline or a starting pitcher because DeGrom won't be back or whatever, he's going to go do it because that's
Right.
just how he is. He's he's going to be your version of George Steinbrenner in the sense that he doesn't care if he loses money on this team. This team is a hobby for him. This team is his passion being a Mets fan. It's not his moneymaker. He's not trying to make $1 billion off this.
No, he's just got to win a world. He's just got to win a World Series.
He wants
to win.
He looks to break even on this, and if he doesn't, guess what?
It don't matter.
He'll find some schmo to buy the team for him.
He's got that in his ashtray in his car. He does not care.
He
literally walks up to the Will Ponds and goes, "What kind of bills do you want?"
Yeah. This is the man that bought an inflatable dog balloon statue, or that like just for fun. Like this is guy does not care about money.
That costs the same amount of money as David Wright's entire contract.
Yeah, he wants to win, and I feel like for the Mets, that's such a huge thing that one.
And they say you walk into his house, there's a Shark Tank. Like literally, whose house are you gonna walk into?
He has done one thing wrong.
Dr. Evil's house.
He's done one thing wrong. It's something
didn't buy the Yankees.
It's something that no, fuck that. I don't want that crook. It's something he hasn't done. Why not? Well, besides that, he just comes off as a creep in that creepy smile. Oh, why not? First of all, he's got all that money. Fix your teeth, man. Anyway, why hasn't he just bought out Bobby Bonilla? Like, just pay him off?
Because he decided he's going to make fun of this for the rest of the contract.
All right, well, then if that's the case, then I'm going to keep bagging.
Because, literally, they made a huge deal last year, and then July 1st came around.
And then they had a commercial.
And then they had, 4 commercials. At Citi Field. They have, they did, a contest that you could sleep at Citi Field for a night to watch a game with Bobby Bonilla.
It's just so ridiculous. All right, I forgot about it. That's pretty funny.
There was a phone company that was like, if you call today and say Bonilla, you get for 1 year you get it for $1.
Right. Back to Devin's point about Stevie Cohen being able to be like, "F you, I got this money," and me and Steve and Vin last week. I don't know if you guys listened, but last week we did talk about the good prospects that we have in the minors right now. That we could future off a certain player like Ronnie Mauricio, who unfortunately doesn't have a spot on the team in a couple years unless they fit him into a random spot.
They're playing him at second and AA. They announced.
Okay,
he's mostly going to be focusing on second and AA. Right.
Yeah, it makes sense. So, but if we needed that third pitcher or someone one of our bats falls off the face of the earth, we can wiggle them out there and hopefully something happens with that. At the end of the day, it's the Mets bats. They were in first place for 180 days, 190 days, and just completely fell off the face of the earth like they typically do. But it's the Mets. I'm I don't know. I'm trying to not be as pessimistic, but for whatever reason this year, maybe if it's the DeGrom injury to start the year off of all year last year of he's fine, and then the last press conference Sandy Alderson does, he's you should have gotten that taken care of, you know what I mean? So obviously with the whole DeGrom vibes have been terrible, and then obviously I don't blame him, but the whole talk of him not obviously taking the player option, which is his right, he deserves it, and God bless him for that. So I'm not going to be mad about it, but it's just the vibes aren't good. Right? I don't like the vibes. I'm a very big vibe guy.
I'm very big
vibe
guy.
Met fans is that because DeGrom spoke recently after he found out that he was injured. He was going to be out this.
Yeah, last Monday.
And someone asked him, "Do you still plan on opting out, even though you're hurt?" Kind of thing. Do you still plan on opting out at the end of the year? And I feel like when he got asked that question, he should have immediately just been like, I'm not worried about that right now. I'm just worried about getting healthy and getting back on the field. And he was immediately like, nope, I'm not. I'm opting out. I'm not saying. Immediately starts talking about the money and everything. It's like, dude, just how about worry about just getting onto the field and pitching?
But the problem with that is he brought up. Well, I don't know if he brought it up, but I'm sure it was asked that. But it happened literally a week before the question, so the guy doubled down asking him. Yeah, so he had to stay on it, even though he shouldn't.
That's going to be the biggest thing for the Mets, I feel like, because the biggest advantage you guys have going against any team, besides maybe the Dodgers, would be that pitching staff of having DeGrom, Scherzer, and Bassett as your 1, 2, 3 playoff series is disgusting. And if all three of them are healthy and throwing the way that they should be throwing, I mean, you're going to be a hard team to beat in the playoffs regardless. But if DeGrom's not going to be healthy, I mean, I don't know how far you end up going. I really don't.
And the thing is, hopefully Taiwan Walker pitches like he did in the first half last year. He was he was our only rep
now.
Something about
his knees messed up again.
But he had surgery in the offseason, so he said he's going to be all right the other day when I read.
He said he was all right the whole second half of the season.
Right. Well, yeah, obviously.
Well, his name is Taejon. So
Taiwan.
Yeah, Taiwan. Come on.
Taiwan not going to make it.
But I like Mark Hanna. They're showing him on SOY now. He's
I was about to say, you're only saying that because he's on the screen.
No, I do like Mark Hanna. He does get on base. He's basically a better version of Brandon Nimmo.
I thought he was a sneaky good move for you guys.
He just struck out staring at a pitch at his knees.
Yeah, he just watched him. He's over there taking pictures.
Strikeouts don't matter nowadays, Steve. You know
if you don't homer, it doesn't count anyway.
The more strikeouts, the better.
Joey Gallo right there, baby.
Hell yeah. All right, so Stephen Dan.
4 o'clock.
Stephen Dan. What is your Mets predictions?
I think Atlanta got better.
I don't think we're beating
think about
Atlanta.
it. You brought in you're getting back one of the best players in the league from after winning a World Series.
I think we are going to be neck and neck with the Phillies, and whoever has the better bullpen of the two are going to be in second place,
which I think is
get a wild card.
Which I think is the
on paper it should be us. Yes. On paper. But I can also see like that last week of the season, Familia like shuts us down 3 games in a row.
That would be so fitting.
And we'd be like, "This is so Mets. Like we just let this bum walk."
And, like, look at him,
sinkers
from hell.
He's about to win a Cy Young Award because of the.
Can we get this in writing now? We need to get Vince's video reaction of that.
We're going live every time Familia's.
That's so funny. You should bring out. You should bring what's his name back? The pointer.
Oh,
Robles?
That's Robles.
Robles?
He's a Red Sox.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. Now Snacks is happy enough. Yeah, just remember, every time you see him on the mound and he points up after you hit the ball, it means it's out of the ballpark.
That's just so funny.
It's a 475-foot bomb, and he's
you gotta think he does that shit on purpose.
And I obviously don't trust Diaz. Diaz just scares the crap out of me.
Yeah, you guys.
We learned this with Frankie Rodriguez.
Chapman, honestly.
If you're gonna pay the money to go get the guy who led the league in saves the year before, you got to realize his arm fell off. He's not going to lead the league in saves again unless he's Rivera.
The thing with him is his consistency is so up and down. Like one game, you could tell by the first pitch if he has it or not, and it's just like, fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a long one.
If Chapman comes out there,
at least with Chapman,
guy,
you've seen him
that he's screwed.
Do enough.
He's in trouble.
Listen, all you have to do is bunt the ball at Chapman. You know he can't play it.
No,
listen.
It's not easy to bunt off, though.
No, it's not. My dream scenario.
You get hit in the head, you're still on base.
Is that Loizaga eventually takes over as the closer?
I think that's
I think by mid-year you may actually end up seeing it too.
Lasagna, he's unbelievable.
Lasagna is gross.
Lasagna,
because then
I like that. I like that bold prediction, Devin.
I think that if Chapman struggles and Loizaga pitches like he did last year or better, I feel like they don't have, because after this year they don't have any attachment to Chapman, Britton, or any of those guys. They can move on.
Chapman, it's he goes on the DL. Oh, well, he has that bad week. Then he goes on the DL, and then he wakes up.
Correct. He has that bad. He starts good, has a bad stretch, goes on the DL, and then he's really good. So it's
if you give him any more than like 3 days off, he's screwed the next time he comes in because he can't find his control off the rip.
He's also a drunk. Nobody sweats like that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that dude drips like Shaq at the foul line in the fourth quarter of the finals. Like that
Snacks,
dude.
It was like the photo you sent me today on Insta. Today was the 9th year anniversary of the Cena Rock at WrestleMania at MetLife, and Snacks sent me the photo of whatever Instagram posted it. The Rock, it's in like 45-degree cold at MetLife Stadium, so you know the wind. I was there. Snacks was there. It was definitely around 35 degrees.
Yeah, it was cold.
And Rock's in his Speedo, and he's like literally dripping of sweat, and it was like very weird.
It was like Patrick Ewing after the first quarter. It was that crazy.
Yeah, well, Chapman also wears those long sleeves.
Yeah.
It could be 90 degrees
And
outside.
turtleneck. Don't forget, he's got that turtleneck on.
With like the turtleneck, and then once in a while, when it's like 95, 100, when it should be outlandish, if he wears those sleeves, he'll wear
Well,
like the
it's
short
the
sleeves.
Rick
But
Peterson school of sweat.
he always
That guy wore a winter jacket in August.
Yeah, I'll never
he
forget
has
that.
to change hats every game because the bill of his hat is just dripping down onto his face after every game.
Well, he's gonna get electrocuted now that they have that electronic thing in the hat for the pitchers. So
I don't really understand that.
I don't either.
But it's okay because they check the pitchers on the way off the mound, so they'll find that every time.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you've heard. I know, Snatch, you said you listened to the Michael K show, so they mentioned it. Buster Only had mentioned it. You can actually, the pitchers can customize what voice they can hear when they get the pitches. So the catcher has a wristband on that has these buttons. So they press like 2 buttons. They'll say like fastball inside. But the words fastball inside, you can customize to have anyone you want say it. So you can have like Morgan Freeman
telling me every pitch.
Inside fast. Like,
are they wearing a head? Like how?
There's a microphone in the hat. Like there's a little mic in the hat that they can hear. And I think it's 5 players total on the field could have it. So obviously it'd probably be the pitcher,
shortstop,
shortstop, first baseman, and center fielder.
Yeah, I would assume that. Yeah,
whoever's running the plays in the outfield. Yeah, it's basically like the mic guy on the field, the linebacker and the quarterback.
Right.
But it actually should speed up the game pretty much too, because now when you have people on second, you don't have to worry about them stealing your signs because
you don't have to worry about calling 20 pitchers.
Right. So it's not like I messed up the sign, so let's run through them again. Like, so it should actually speed up the game a little bit too, which is
imagine you just love the voice that you have in your head and you hear it and you just keep telling the guy, keep going, just keep going.
Or it's like they, instead of pitches they put on Big Papa and the guy's just like
the guy with the headphones.
The dude's out there just jamming out there, doing the whole.
I love it when you call me Big Papa. Oh man, that's too funny.
Yeah, honestly, with the Mets, I think it's second or third place. Obviously, the Nats and
I
Marlins
think my unbiased opinion. I clown on the Mets all the time, but I think they're going to be very good, and I think they finish second.
I think they're going to battle hard with the Phillies for second.
I think with the Phillies, man, they're just due.
They're just
due
on
to
the
win
electronic weird thingy. They literally just showed a split screen on the SNY, and it's McCann behind the plate showing signs. This is fucking hand.
Well,
so I think it's like
only 15 teams have agreed to do it so far.
They're
I know
one
the
of
Yankees
them.
The Yankees will use it tomorrow. I heard that Garrett Cole is going to use it. So
yeah, the Mets are one of them though. They had
we'll see how it uses them.
I think the team could do it, but I don't know if the catcher has to do it. I think it's up to the pitcher or the catcher.
Yeah,
I know
that's gone.
Mets tonight.
I know Nito. I know Travis Nitto has it.
Nope.
He didn't point, Dev. God, don't you know when the pitcher points in the air, it means it's gone?
Yeah,
only a double.
There goes the perfect game.
Damn, we almost had our second no-hitter.
Ruiz. So, yeah, I think the Phillies are just eventually due to have that 100 win season with everything they paid for.
And they have
Harper, Castellanos. They also
Schwarber's there now.
Schwarber.
Oof, Mets killer.
Yeah, big time Mets killer.
You know who's Vin's least favorite person in the league is? Nelson Cruz, and he plays for the Nationals. Like, Vin hates Nelson Cruz.
Zach Wheeler really good last year.
Wheeler.
Zach Wheeler. The one that got away.
Yeah.
I didn't blame the Mets for that though. He wasn't.
Did you guys see? I said it to our Mets chat. Danny, Devin, Snacks. You guys see what Syndergaard said about the Dodgers?
No, that was fake.
Was it?
Yeah,
where the Dodgers have a vegan for
a
leadoff hitter.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, it turned out being fake, but I actually laughed out loud when I read it.
I hope he sucks.
Me too. I hate that guy.
Yeah. Whatever.
And he dump Alex Cooper.
Well, do you blame him? I don't know.
She's
tough
nuts.
call.
Yeah, it is a tough call. She's kind of a dingbat.
We saw that they were actually on the sideline of a Giant game a couple years ago together.
Really?
Yeah. My dad saw them and he's like, "There's no way that lasts."
Yeah.
Well, no.
Good call.
Spotted out.
Oh God. I'm pretty sure that's an error on Lindor.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Is he smiling?
He's
No, but he's got
smiling.
bright blue hair, so it's okay.
He's got
No,
bright-
it's actually thumbing it down. He's doing this. Boo.
He's got to be much better this year for you guys in order.
Yeah,
to
well,
Yeah,
that's the
he does.
thing. It's he needs to be that catalyst that he was in
Yeah.
September.
I mean, you
Too
get
bad
that
it was
kind of contract.
5 months too late.
Well, you
don't
know,
play
you
like
see it
that,
around
that's
you see it
rough.
around the league. It's that hitter or that pitcher that first year switching leagues always struggles. They're
Right.
they're not what they're usually. So it's usually and everyone looks at it as Beltran. Beltran was terrible in 05. Like I wouldn't say terrible, but he wasn't great.
That's what our
06,
chat's
he broke
been
records.
saying. Hopefully,
He
with
broke
Lindor.
records in 06 as a Met. He could have won MVP that year. You know, if he doesn't stare at a curveball, you know,
He's remembered very differently.
he could be the god of New York,
Yeah.
of the New York Mets. You know,
Yeah.
I think hopefully Frankie plays the way he
only
did in
he
the last
cheated in
month.
06 with a stupid trash can, but no.
But
Saying.
yeah,
It wasn't. Maybe it
if-
was just too loud in the stadium. He couldn't hear the trash can.
Maybe.
Because
I think Frankie's gonna he's like Danny. I think you're gonna say it like the way he was playing in September. He's too good of a ball player not to.
right.
That was a lot
And-
of pressure too. Like
and
contract
hopefully in-
negotiation.
Listen, his
Hopefully-
boy's supposed to be playing next to him and Jose Ramirez, but that team decided to actually pay him.
I really
Yeah.
hope
Don't forget the
McNeil
Guardians.
I hope
Guardians
McNeil has
play.
good year as well.
What
he
happened
had
to
a really
him?
shitty year.
Yeah, what
He
he was like a
He
hitting
found the squirrel
machine.
in the dugout and a raccoon, and he got.
He had a
scared
very
and-
weird
Oh,
year.
God.
It was very.
He
weird.
came up. He hit a home run, and it like won himself a dog because it was like dog day at the field, and they had a bunch of like shelter dogs there, and he was talking to his girl, and she was like, "Listen, you hit a home run tonight, and we could take the one that you're in love with home." And he ended up homering that night, and now he's been trying to hit a home run every night.
Yeah, he's that guy. He just needs to hit
It's like
doubles.
you got the dog, dude.
and
Now
singles,
just
bro.
go back to hitting the baseball.
Yeah, right. Didn't he hit like 330 a couple years
Yeah,
ago?
he was an all-star
Yeah.
in 19.
Yeah, I like McNeil, like the way he was. He's second baseman, right?
Yeah, tonight he's
It
playing.
depends on
left
what day
field.
of the week.
Let me tell you something. The biggest fall for grace for Mets is Michael Conforto.
Oh.
That dude is unemployed right now.
Wait,
Yeah,
he's
that-
still not
that's-
signed?
No,
still
he's
not
not.
signed.
So it came out last week that he fell
Yeah,
on
Vin
his
brought that
shoulder
up.
trying to snag a ball, and it like messed it up. So he was waiting to be 100% so he could start working out again. But that
This
was
is a
just
dude-
Boris saying he's a bum. He should have
Yeah,
signed that
Do you remember the
$120 million
conversation?
deal.
Do you remember the conversations between Mets and Yankees fans? Like, no, Judge is better. No, Conforto is better.
Oh, I
No,
remember.
Yeah.
I mean,
Listen,
we can
Conforto
end that
has
conversation now.
Conforto hit 2 home runs in a World Series game. Judges
Wonderful.
get to play in a World Series game.
That's the problem with
Wonderful.
Conforto. He never got it completely together. He was either very hot or very, very cold.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he just never put it all together. And it was typical Met fashion with that. Because we saw the 2 home run game in the World Series. We've seen him basically be an all-star. And then there'll be weeks that were just like, he bats 210. And you're like, dude, where's the guy that we need to hit like 300 and have
Right.
90, 95 REIs, you know?
You
Just
need a
never
little bit more
came
than
with
this,
it.
man. Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah,
a
it's
good point.
unfortunate. Like I would have kicked the tires, but they really want Marte to play right field, so that's really the end of it right there. So
No, I think his time ran out, and
yeah, I
he was-
agree.
he was
I
done.
agree. If Marte wasn't if they weren't trying Marte out at right field, then I would have considered it. But Marte is
from-
going to be the right fielder for whatever reason. I don't agree with it, but they have more analytics and guts,
Yeah.
so
Right.
I'm not going to argue
18
with
to
it.
20, McNeil batted .319. He batted .251
Right.
last season.
Right, that's not
They
cutting
just-
it.
They just showed it on this one. But yeah, to Conforto's point, like,
And
you
he's
know,
wearing
I-
number 1 this year, by the way. People forget. People meaning
It-
me.
they had a lot of those. I was at Dick's the other day, and they had a lot of number 1 McNeil shirts. I was like, that's really impressive that they actually got these out that quickly, because usually it takes like a month or 2 before it actually like gets out there.
Yeah.
But to the Conforto point, like I've always said, like that was one of those guys that I would fall asleep watching the College World Series on ESPN2 late at night, and he'd be playing for Oregon State, and I'd be watching him, and I'd be like, all right, that's going to be a guy who's going to be good, and I'm going to watch him in baseball. And I just got lucky that the Mets ended up drafting him. I ended up being able to follow it, and it's like You said he just fell off. He
Yeah.
got on his own way, and honestly, a smart guy would have signed that contract last year.
Right.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
And you knew that there was going to be a lockout too. That was the dumbest part of it.
Soto knew not to sign that contract extension. Like, he's not stupid. Like, he knows, like,
Well,
I'm one of the
Devers
best
just
young guys in
rejected
the
the contract too. You saw Devers
Right,
rejected
but
the contract.
I think that's Boston being Boston. It's like Mookie all over again.
Yeah.
Right. I think Devers, if he doesn't get the numbers that he wants, like same thing with Mookie, I think they'd see Devers walking. If that's the case, I would be extremely happy as a Yankees fan.
But appearing
not
to
deal with Devers
Carabas,
anymore.
Carabas was like, yeah, it was like a joke offer. That
Well,
he
same
heard
thing with
from
Mookie,
sources.
and then Mookie eventually got fed up not hearing a real number, and,
See,
and they got rid of him.
That's what drives me nuts, man. If a guy like brings you to a World Series and just always is your
that's the
perennial
Chaim
all-star,
Bloom-
you just got to pay the dude. Just pay.
That's the Chaim Bloom Tampa way of thinking, though.
Yeah.
They have a number in mind. If you don't want to accept that number, we'll move on.
Yeah,
and
but you're playing in Boston, man. This is not Tampa Bay. To a point.
that's the thing.
To a point.
What do you point?
It'd be hard
give
to
up a
have-
home run? I think
It'd be
Max
hard
gave up
to
a home
have-
run. He's
I was
pointing.
wondering if you heard that thunder.
Oh,
Yeah,
Thunder.
they just right outside my
Hear the
window.
thunder.
James McCann at the plate. That's what that was
Lightning
that you
and
heard.
thunder.
Oh, okay.
Must be it.
Stud of a player right there.
All right. All right. So Mets, Yankees. I'd say the Mets.
Listen, they're both going to
expectations
be in the
feel-
playoffs. They
Yes,
should both
I
be
agree.
in the
Yes.
postseason.
I agree.
They should.
They're both
Do you
going to
want
be wild
to? Do you
card
want to
teams.
predict? Do you want to predict how many wins for each team? For the
Yeah.
for
What do
Mets
we?
and
You know what?
Yankees?
Here, I'll. How about this? I'll pull it up. We'll go over on.
Yeah, what's the over unders?
Over under. It's the best segment ever.
I think it was 91 for the Mets.
Team win totals. All right. Let's go.
Listen, shout out to Steven Matz for helping us open the checkbook. That's what's we want.
Yo, yeah. Thank you. Where
That
did
was-
he end up going?
St.
Shit.
Louis.
The Mets aren't here because they're playing right now.
Right, you can't do it. Oh, I can see. Let's see if it's on Odd Sharks.
Probably.
The Yankees are fucking 92.5. Jesus Christ.
Wait, not NBA.
92.5.
I'm gonna go look to see what the Mets was for the year, so we can go bet.
So, 92.5, you said, Snacks?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be around the ballpark, and
I do
I hate
too.
going unders, so I'll say over. I hate.
You know what? I think I'm in agreement with you, Danny. I think it's gonna be right around there. I'm gonna go over and say literally 93.
I could
Like
see it.
literally.
Yeah, it'll be like 93, 94. Because if you think about it, you hope you get JD
So,
back.
according to New
DJ back.
Jersey
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
NJ.com, I think it's BetMG, MGM that had this. The Mets were 88.5 and the Yankees were 91.5.
88.5.
All right, I'm obviously hitting the over with the
I'm
Mets.
taking the over on that too.
Yeah, I
Oh.
would take over 88.5.
So let's see. That was 3 days ago. So Jake's hurt.
Oh yeah, good point. I did
Jake's
see
hurt
91
going into
before
that.
Jake got hurt.
Yeah, I was gonna say that has to be after
mean,
Jake. Yeah.
I mean, even with Jake not playing, though, I mean, you guys
The
have
lineup is
$290
built-
million invested in this
Right.
team. If
Right.
you don't win over 88 games, heads are going to roll.
That's true. That's true. But I will say too, like the Mets division is. I mean, the Nats always give them trouble. The Marlins seem to be, they're not good by any stretch of the
Let me tell
imagination.
you
But,
something. The
but
Marlins
they're
in
a
a couple
thorn
of
in the
years.
side.
The Marlins in a couple of years, that pitching staff is going to be.
They got that's what I was gonna say. They got some
Gross.
arms in that Chisholm guy.
Yeah,
Ice
Chisholm.
cream
Yeah.
glove, yeah. Ice
Chisholm,
cream glove boys.
he's a ball. That team is like sneaky good.
Alcantara.
Yeah, he
The,
came into camp just
Sixto
like Willie
Sanchez,
Mays
like-
Hayes did in Major League Two. It's great with the
Yeah,
big chains and the.
the Nats may very well be the worst team in that division. So I don't. But my
But
point
they
is like
also have one of the top
one of
five
the best
players,
players
in
in
the league.
baseball, right? So they may steal a
Right.
couple games. My point is like I don't think there's a team in the NL East that you could just sit there and ragdoll all year like the AL East can do on the Orioles. You know what I
Right,
mean?
Right.
no.
So it's like and the NL
The Marlins are going to be pesky. That's what they're going to be. That's the goal
But that's
for
what I'm
them.
saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like,
And listen,
you-
They
Jeter
did
made
make
the
the
point.
playoffs
Jeter
2 years
made it-
ago, and Donnie
made-
is a great manager.
Right,
Donnie
and
is a great
Jeter
manager.
made the point. He said, like, the owner doesn't want to spend money. I'm out of here.
yeah, I don't blame him.
And if the owner wanted to spend the money, guess what?
They'd probably
Jeter-
be pretty damn good.
They
Well, it's
would
really
probably be in
amazing
that
how
The
discussion.
owner
Florida
promised
baseball
him-
never took off. It's insane.
The owner promised him a certain amount of money because they wanted to go out to Castellanos. And
Right.
when the owner pulled that off the table, Jeter was like, "Well, if the point to not win games, I don't want to be here." Like,
right.
He didn't want to be attached to the. I'm not going to tank. I'm not going to not.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here coming in last place every year like.
Is
he-
the dream for you boys that the Yankees just missed the playoffs? Boone and Cashman get canned, and Jeter and Donnie come in.
You know what?
Jeter,
I never thought of that.
And
I don't
I
think
have not
Jeter
even
is going
thought
to be
of that.
working in the front
I
office.
don't know how much
don't
longer
either.
Donnie's going to be managing, and I don't think. And the problem is Jeter and Cashman don't get along.
yeah,
Right.
but if Cashman's
They don't.
out, that's what I'm thinking.
Cashman's not going
I
anywhere.
think Cashman's an extended Steinbrenner. I think Cashman has that job as long as he wants it.
I agree with Devin. I think
My
he's got
biggest
news
thing with
on-
Jeter
on-
and
on
running
how.
the Yankees at all is you could really tarnish a reputation.
You
by
can
doing
tarnish a legit perfect Yankee legacy.
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean, look
no.
at Aaron Boone. Look at Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone, when
He hit
you
one
mentioned Aaron
baseball
Boone
for the
around
team.
Yankee Stadium, right? But it was one of the
Big.
biggest. They play it over and over again every time we play the Red Sox about how he hit it off Tim Wakefield to go to the World Series.
I mean, it
And
was
now
he-
nobody likes him.
right.
Well,
he
in
did
all
hit-
fairness,
he
that
did
was
hit one
who was
baseball.
managing the Red Sox that year? That was
Brady
that guy's-
Little.
Brady Little. That was Grady Little's fault for leaving Pedro in a little.
That was so bad, so bad.
I will never forget that night. I'm watching the game. My dad comes up and goes, "Wake me when the Yankees tie it." And I go in the room and I just hear him start hysterical laughing when I walk in there. He goes, "Oh, I guess they tied it."
Well, it's like my dad last night watching the Knick game. He walked
we knew
up,
that was gonna
holy
happen.
shit, are you kidding me? I'm like, give it time, Dad.
Yeah, we all knew
I
it was
remember watching
coming.
that game on my couch. I'm sitting there watching the game by myself.
I was so
on the
mad,
couch.
like,
Everyone went
somebody-
to sleep.
I forgot who it was, put a tweet out. It was like, halftime bets never fail. And it was like Nets money
Yep.
line at
I
halftime.
should have done it. I
Easy-
should have
it's easy
fucking done it.
money.
I don't know why I did it.
And Vin brought up this great point like a couple weeks ago. Like, isn't Thibodeau's thing defense? Like, this is like
They've
the
been
fifth
horrific.
20
They've been
point-
horrific. All
Yeah.
you know what?
This has been like the fifth 20-point lead they've blown this season.
And
What
two
happens is
against
they
the Nets.
go up and they get complacent. They run ISO ball. They don't move the ball, and then they just like the baskets just stop falling. They take
Let's
terrible
all
shots.
look at the bright side. We don't see Julius Randle the rest of the season.
Probably
only
never
like
again.
3
I hope
games
he
left,
doesn't
but-
see Julius Randle next year either. That dude's
Nah,
sitting
I
there.
think he's done. He's done.
How do you leave the court all pissy after you guys get a big win or a nice win, and then you lose to the Nets last night as KD and Kyrie are literally waving at the fans goodbye in the stands, and you're out there smiling, laughing, shaking hands. That dude does not want to be here anymore.
No.
He went
And
from
I
getting
think in
chanted
his-
MVP for them to chanting Obi when he's on the
Yeah.
line and
Dude,
out
Obi
there.
looks good. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I'm happy
I
for
like-
Obi.
God forbid they
I'm
play together.
so
like,
happy
no.
RJ took that next step though this year though. Like
He's
RJ
right there
is-
though. He needs that another step. Me and
Right,
Steph.
He's,
but-
he's a contract
But we'll
year,
do
right?
this another time. We're at baseball.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Should we do?
Right.
Should we,
We
do?
could do baseball draft. We could do basketball come basketball draft time.
That's a good idea. Should we?
Nobody
do,
cares about it till then.
It's not my show, but I don't know what's next. I know
Hold on.
awards, divisions.
Let's
First
do
off,
it.
we
Let's
we
do
have to
divisions
get
and
back to
awards.
this. First off, they're already a -9 on the season, the Pirates. So my question is, are they ever in the green? Like they're already a -9. It's one day.
I don't
into
think
the
they'll ever be a game over 500.
Yeah,
No,
no,
that's-
it's base-
they
it's
will.
baseball.
They will. They'll be
season.
like
All they have to
7
do
and
is win
6.
2 out of the next two.
If
The
they're
next
ever
two
over
games, and they're
500, it won't
game
be a
over.
while. Yeah, but that won't last a while. I don't.
Well,
Right,
it was
no,
like
no.
last year with the Orioles. The Orioles owned the Yankees for like the
Owned
first
them.
week of the season. Dude. That was wacky.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
a challenge in the
Orioles sat
game.
in first
Yes.
place for like 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden that was the end of that. They're down to 4th, 5th.
They're like,
Everybody's
nope.
a hockey fan here. Who's going to become the Wes Macaulay of baseball? with the umpires yelling, being able to make the call on the field now.
Yo,
and
can you
with the-
imagine Angel Hernandez explaining what happened on the field? Everyone's gonna look at this dude like, "What is he talking about?" This dude's
Well,
out
the
here,
guy's
like,
left toe stepped over the box.
It's amazing how he's still
pass
umping.
interference on the first baseman. What? Did he just say pass interference? Jesus.
It's still amazing how Angel Hernandez is still umping.
I'm
It's
waiting for the
actually-
hot. I was listening to that baseball podcast with Dallas Braden and Travis, and Braden was like, "I can't wait for the hot mic when the ump forgets to turn his mic off, and you hear the player just cursing him out or just cursing on over the loudspeaker. It's gonna be great."
Speaking of
It's
hot
gonna
mics,
happen.
Terry Collins ran is my favorite of all time.
Yes, that was the
When
most
Noah
savage
got
sea
thrown out of the
sucker
game.
of all
You
time.
gotta
That was
give
an
us a
old
shot.
man sea sucker.
Jerry Blevins.
a fucking shot.
They were talking about what Buck Showalter brings to the management of the New York Mets, and Jerry Blevins before the game is like, "This is like when Terry Collins is in charge. The mic needs to be on all the time because this guy will not say what he
Fun
wants."
story, not to bring down. I was actually in the hospital, in my hospital bed for that, and I should have asked the nurse what my heart rate monitor was during that whole situation
So
because
Dev, were you at the game with us?
We were there.
We were at. That was the game they honored the
Yeah.
'86
We
team.
sat. We sat with the
line.
7 line out there.
smoke.
Right, and I
And-
went for one of my walk because I have ADD. I can't sit for.
We watch them
Why
throw
they
the
try
ball
to speed up
behind them.
baseball?
We watch them throw the ball behind them, and everybody's going nuts. They throw them out, so all the Mets fans are pissed, and I'm laughing. And then it was just about everyone was ripping on Utley, and for whatever reason, they put like someone was holding a sign of Utley with like a target on it. And I
Yo,
looked at
Devin
Steven,
and I
I'm like,
laughed
he's
at
just
that.
giving Utley a target to hit. And what do you know? Like the next pitch, Utley hits a
Hits a
home
bomb.
run dead center.
Every
towards
time
that
they
side.
held those things up when we were out there, Devin and I were
I
both
was like, "You
get your hand
idiots."
up, get ready for the baseball to come over here.
And this is when Jock Peterson was having a really good year. He was having a good like rookie year, whatever it was, and they were yelling at him for wearing, what number was it? What was he wearing his rookie year? Was it like the same number as like Piazza or something like that?
Yeah,
And
he
it's like,
wore
how dare
31
you?
in LA.
So I had a Met fan next to me. How dare he wear that number? I'm like, he's a Dodger. What are you talking about? What are we yelling about? You guys sound dumb. Like somebody was yelling overrated at him and stuff too, and he kind of just turned around and smiled at him. And
I'm pretty sure he homered right to that guy too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he homered to center field also the next inning. I was like, you guys, unbelievable.
People need to learn to shut the hell up when those guys are out there.
He just like
All
yelling
right.
overrated at Stanton until he hit a bomb and they yelled him to get out of the stadium.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when we're at the hockey games and we see Matt Martin skating down the ice, and I go, "Don't worry, Matt Martin's right there," and he just misses the net, and Devin's like, "You almost just had to leave."
You almost had to get out and get out.
All right, let's do this.
Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, okay. I got my shit filled out.
There we
right
go.
here.
Make it bigger, Steve. My eyes.
Whoa, Danny, we're a family-oriented show.
Yeah, easy.
Expand on it, okay? There we go.
PG.
Yes, I know how to work. Whoa, leave me alone. I didn't really know which way we wanted to do this, so I kind of just left it as ALs, NLs, and then wild cards. So I figured we could just go in this order. Evan, why don't you get us started here in the American League East? Listen, if Vin already put the team you think you're gonna do, just say match Vin. If we all agree, we could all just skip that division because I'm pretty sure we're all gonna see.
Yeah,
the
I
Jays.
agree. I agree with Vin.
I'm
I had
with
the
Vin.
Jays. Yeah.
This one we may. Well,
Watch the Rays win it.
Yeah, I know.
the Rays are gonna win
Central,
on
I
the
had
last day of the year because of some walk that some guy fake bunts to get because of analytics.
I mean, oh, Devin, you're up. Sorry.
No, I mean, it's obviously going to be the Jays. That lineup is insane. Their pitching got better. I mean, they're going to mash all year. Central, I have the same thing as Vin also. I have the White Sox.
I as well.
Yeah, no, that division is literally dog shit.
It's a joke.
Go
Nobody
White
in that
definitely
division.
going to the White Sox.
The Tigers could end up being the second best team in that division.
Right.
They could.
Don't shoot. No. That's. I'm gonna talk about the Tigers later.
Oh, I see. Like, should we skip to the wild card team for you?
No.
You want that? You
I'm
want
not
that first
putting them
wild
in
card?
I'm not putting them in the wild card, but I may have spoiled my manager of the year.
So the West, I'm going to go with the Mariners.
Wow, I like that.
I
Honestly,
like the Mariners this year.
Honestly,
I liked that they traded for Winter. I like that they have Robbie Ray now too, so it adds some pitching. I mean, they were on the cusp of making the playoffs. I think though, with Correa not being in Houston anymore, I mean they're going to rely on an older Verlander who hasn't pitched in 2 years. I mean, I think that the Mariners could be sneaky good. I'm going to take the Mariners to win the West.
Listen, I think they're one of those upcoming teams, and I actually agree with him. Like,
I like the Mariners a lot.
I think I like the Mariners a lot too. I think they're a year away, and I'm gonna stick with the Astros. Unfortunately,
All right.
unfortunately.
I like the Mariners, but I'm not doing it. I'm actually going different. You got the two faces of the whole freaking league.
Ooh.
Can they for once win a division and make the playoffs? I'm going with the Angels.
Look at that. I like it. Bold.
Oh, he
It's
just
like
wants
about
to see Noah
time.
in the postseason.
Didn't they just
Once.
get what's his name from I don't remember.
You would think so.
They don't know a Syndergaard.
That's right. Yeah, fuck him. Bad
Listen,
pick.
they also have Mickey Callaway a year away from returning. Okay.
Oh my God, that's true.
The fact that they never fired him and they just said that he's suspended from the league
it's
and
ridiculous.
That's say something about your like.
You see it in all sports though. You see it with everybody. Every sport has some kind of creep that they didn't fire or didn't get rid of when they should have. We're up to NL East now.
NL East, yep.
I'm going Braves.
I'm going Braves also. I think that Matt Olson is actually an upgrade over Freddie Freeman.
Braves.
They got younger first base.
You get Acuna Jr. back
Braves also.
Braves, yeah. To Devin's point too, like Matt Olson to Freddie Freeman, is that even a drop off? They get Acuna back.
I think it might be an upgrade. You have a younger player. He's a better defender, and he hits more home runs.
Right.
I just feel like even if you're gonna make that move, at least offer Freddie that DH spot.
Yeah.
Like that guy. It's. I said it was like. Imagine Jeter played somewhere else.
That's not funny.
But like, think about it.
Yeah, let's not.
If you're a Braves fan, this is basically the same thing.
It's true. Fair.
Right? Like, imagine
Jeter
went and played for the Astros.
That's this generation's Chipper Jones.
I was just gonna say too. I was like, why am I forgetting Chipper Jones's name?
Right.
So the NL Central, I have the Brewers as well.
He's gonna say the Pirates. That's why he didn't talk bad about them before.
No,
10 out of 5 Maroons. I am going with the St. Louis Cardinals.
I'm with Snacks on this.
I was bouncing between them too.
They are just consistent. They will. You know what? They could field nobody and still win 93 games.
Yeah,
they're like the Braves. They just like in the Rays.
Just don't go away.
They just find players in a machine and they're just like, all right.
I can't imagine Wainwright having that sort of a season again.
Well, yes, a lot.
I hope all three of them.
And then
just
Yachty
pass out in the dugout and they're done. Just that's how they retire.
You know what it is? I think the whole thing that with bringing back Pujols, so you have Pujols, Wainwright, and Yachty all together again, kind of thing. And maybe they all go out at the same time. I felt like the front office doesn't believe that they're going to make a deep run, but at least they had all these players back again for the last year, and it sells tickets later on in the season. So that I don't know. I felt like the Brewers with Yelich coming back. I feel like Yelich could even be a comeback player of the year.
Great pitching rotation for sure.
The rotation's great. They still have a great bullpen. I mean, I just don't think that the Cardinals can keep up with the Brewers.
Yeah, listen.
If Yelich is going to be Yelich, it's going to be a long.
I do think it's a big if though with Yelich because that offense really isn't that good.
Yeah,
so,
you need a healthy Yelich.
Well, that's it. You need a healthy Yelich to have that offense going.
Yep.
I'm with you.
They lost today to the Cubbies.
I mean, I think we're all going to say the Dodgers. That
if the Dodgers don't win this division, they should disband as a franchise.
They should kill themselves.
They should destroy the division.
And apparently Bauer's he said the other day in an interview that yep, I can't wait. I've already spoken to Freeman. We're excited to play together. Like,
Jesus Christ.
You know what? To his point, it's like he was acquitted of all charges. He got out of it. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. He's like, I'm going to fight this and I'm going to win. And he did.
Yeah.
So it's like, you basically took last year away from him and you're taking the first 2 weeks. You might as well just be like, all right, you're good at this point.
True. It's fair.
You know?
Thank you for having volume on, Steve.
You're welcome.
Or is it Devin?
I haven't touched anything.
Oh, I have TV speaker off. Definitely not me.
Oh, the TV, my volume, yeah, it's up. I just turned it down. Is it too loud?
No.
It's funny. I thought it was Danny the whole time. I was just like, whatever. He's on a delay anyway. I'm going to see what he's watching. It's 2 minutes early.
No, it's fine. I'm just busting balls.
So we're going to make this real clear that we're not officially going to mark it as the first wildcard team.
Yeah.
Like this could be
teams.
Just the wildcard teams.
Yeah.
You know, because they are going to be. How does it work? Danny, you may have a better idea. Vin's
Nah,
usually
I
the good
don't.
one with it. How is the baseball playoff going to work?
It's like best 2 out of 3 or something like this now.
Yeah, it's like a 2 out of 3 series at the higher seed.
Yeah.
So let's say the Jays would play the third wild card team. Right? Am I wrong?
So 6
Yeah,
division
I'm gonna look
teams
it
win
up
a
real quick.
playoff. But not all get the advantage of rest they currently enjoy.
Right.
The best 2 records receive first round buys. So basically
Right.
the old NFL way.
Right.
The first teams 1 and 2 get a bye. Team 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5, and a 2 out of 3.
Makes sense.
Best of 3 wild card series.
That's cool.
So it's basically the NFL way it was a couple of years ago until they made it where it's an extra
Right.
playoff team and only 1 bye. All right, so
So the wild card teams.
just give me the 3 American League teams. Give us the 3 American League teams.
I have all the AL East teams making it. So I think it's going to be
The Orioles. The Orioles don't
Rays.
get it. The Orioles.
Besides the Orioles, the Orioles, I don't even think they count as a team anymore. So I'm
Listen, they put a new.
Yankees,
They
Sox,
lifted
and
the
Rays.
fence in left field, Devin. Give them a break,
Listen,
okay?
They could hit off a tee and they're still not winning anything. So yeah, I'm going Yankees.
And they're still
Red
paying
Sox,
what's his name at first base, aren't they?
Chris
Probably
Davis.
Chris Davis. Crush.
Talk about the worst contract in baseball. That may go down as the worst contract in history.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like that makes Rick DiPietro's contract look good.
I think somebody made a comment on radio about DiPietro. I think it was Chris Carlin because they were going back and forth insulting each other. And Chris Carlin said, "Didn't you know DiPietro in Italian means bonita?" And I was like, "Wow, that's rough. That's rough."
Tell you what, that's very good though.
That is very good, but that's rough.
That's
Listen, at least-
DiPietro got a kick out of it. He said that might have been the funniest thing you've ever said. He goes, "That was great."
Listen,
So-
if DiPietro doesn't tear his hip in the All-Star game trying to make the greatest save of all time on a shootout goal at an All-Star skills competition, that contract may have worked out. Who
Listen,
knows?
I feel so bad for DiPietro. We can talk about it another time, but that dude, I feel so bad for that dude because he even says it too, like all the time on the radio. He goes, "I shouldn't have been the first pick. Like it shouldn't have been me. They had Roberto Luongo. I don't know why they picked me." Like he says it
2
all the
words.
time.
Mike Milbury. All right, so next, who are your wild card teams?
I'm gonna go Yankees. Rays. Fucking losers. And the Mariners.
That was a gross play.
Boston's out. I really don't think Boston's that good. Chris Sales could probably gonna miss the year, half the year.
Since he's there.
I know, but you know what though? They always find a way.
They do. Corey's a great manager. I don't know. Usually, every time they have a good year, which they did last year, they overperform. They usually fall down to earth the next year. So I'm gonna have the Mariners. I'm gonna have the Mariners take that spot.
You know, I'm kind of shocked that you guys haven't brought up the fact that everyone's in shock the Astros haven't found a way to cheat the new electric system yet. Figure out a way that at
Well, the
their
Red
home
Sox
park.
and Yankees have to figure that out.
Move
first.
on. Make your fucking picks.
Danny. Wow.
All right, I'm going Rays, Yankees, and Astros.
Okay.
See, Danny's with me. He agrees.
Oh, the Astros are definitely going in. I just think they're a playoff team no matter what. Yankees. And
I know. I can't wait to get made fun of about the Angel pick. That's gonna kill me.
I don't think it's that crazy.
Yeah,
they have to be good eventually.
Eventually, right? Yeah. And what if Rendon gets back too? That's a fearsome three.
Yeah. It's insane.
Dude, why
is Trout's contract over in like the next year? Oh no, he re-signed in 09. In 19. Why does that guy keep signing there?
Hey man, Anaheim, California is legit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
McGill hit 99 on the gun tonight. Okay.
He has 9 more years with no opt-outs.
Who's that? Trout?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
And they got to re-sign, and they're eventually gonna have to sign Ohtani for a ton of money too, right?
Listen, this isn't bad. He only gets.
He's gonna bounce. He's definitely gonna bounce.
Ohtani made it clear that if they don't start winning, he wants out.
Included in Trout's contract is a home game suite and Diamond Club suites.
So what do we do? We're up to the NL wild cards.
NL wild cards.
I have the Giants, the Mets, and the Padres.
You would think the Padres should be making the playoffs eventually, right?
You would hope so.
I'm going Padres. The Giants are gonna fall off this year.
Who else are you going with? There's 2 other slots.
No, I know. Going Milwaukee, and I'm going Phillies. The Mets just missed the playoffs.
What?
You have the
He's
Mets
trying really hard not to jinx the Mets. That's what he's doing.
Yo, you're trying to reverse jinx.
I've seen this song and dance 150 times.
Man, Danny.
Let me tell you something. If they miss the playoffs after a $290 million payroll,
they shouldn't play baseball anymore.
Yeah, it should be over.
We're trading everyone to Baltimore. Don't worry. Basically the same thing.
Only if you eat $280 million in the payroll, though. They'll take on 10.
Did you hear the pause in Danny's voice too before he said Phillies?
Yeah, it broke his heart a little bit.
Hey man, I always find a way for them to win the division, and I'm not doing it this year.
It's fair, but that's not happening.
No. So I put the Padres, the Mets, and the Cardinals getting in there.
I will be going Padres, Mets, Brewers. I agree with Danny. I think the Giants take a step back.
Last year was just too.
The Mets.
Last year was just that year they had.
Felt like an aberration, yeah. Because when you think about it, they lost Gausman, and who was great for them last year. Their offense just doesn't scare me. I don't know. They just don't seem like a very good team to me.
Yeah, no, they had that one year that was just like.
By the way, last year was so fucking stupid.
Right.
2 teams win 100 games in a division. One has to play a 1-in-game wild card. It's just nuts. But whatever. Anyway.
AL MVP is so tough because I want to say my boy Aaron Judge, but if Ohtani's going to be Ohtani, I don't see how anyone but him wins it. I mean, who else can throw 100 miles an hour and put up a 3 ERA and also hit 35, 40 bombs? Like, it's just so tough to go against. I mean, Vladdy had an incredible season last year, and it wasn't even close. So I'm about to say Ohtani for MVP.
Did you guys see that Vlad Sr.'s got 3 more kids that are still growing up? He has a 10-year-old son that hit a ball dead center the other day that flew 3 parks away from them.
It's ridiculous.
Dude's got that super sperm.
You should just ask him to just go freeze some more of it right now.
I mean, I want to say Ohtani too, but
listen, if Trout has another year, do they cancel each other out being on the same team?
See, but if he has a bounce back, Ohtani hits just as well as Trout does, and then puts up good pitching numbers, how do you not go for Ohtani over Trout?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Oh yeah, they have the Ohtani rule this year too. So even the games that he pitches, he can be
right. He can still play.
He's allowed to. They have that Ohtani. They have the Ohtani rule because
they literally have a rule because of him. I don't see how he doesn't win MVP. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going Ohtani, and obviously I have them winning the division. So if it's not Ohtani, they're not winning.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If you don't pick someone from that team, there's no way they're winning that division. Fuck. Behind Ohtani and Syndergaard, who's pitching on that team?
That's a good point.
Let me look.
Dylan Bundy? Is Dylan Bundy still there?
Oh my God, Dylan Bundy, the human light him up machine.
Ohtani, Syndergaard, Patrick Sandoval, Jose Shiraz, and Michael Lorenzen.
Not looking good.
And Aaron Loop is their bullpen guy.
And it's just a matter of time Syndergaard gets hurt.
Listen, and you guys should be excited. Tyler Wade is their second baseman.
Dude, I like Tyler Wade. Anyway.
I totally read that wrong. It says Brandon Marsh. I thought it said Brandon Marsh.
I'm gonna go with Vin. I'm gonna say Vladdy because unlike Danny, although I like the pick, I don't think the Angels are gonna win, and I think that's gonna hurt Ohtani this year. And I think the Blue Jays are gonna be a juggernaut, and Vladdy mashes. So I'm gonna go with Vlad.
You can't think that guy's gonna do what he did last year. But like, even if he does half, it's gonna be impressive. But like, still,
for sure.
But still, I just feel like Vladdy should have won would have won it if you take out the pitching. Because that's the biggest thing when it comes to MVP voting. Also, is do you count pitching? Because there's a pitching award, right?
Right.
So is this the year where more people are gonna look at hitting for Ohtani over his pitching?
Fuck. Nope, keep it.
Hey,
Fuck.
we're up 1-0. Oh, maybe.
Right.
Nope, he's out.
He got gunned.
He's out.
He's
Oh my
out
God, Pete.
by a week and a half.
Pete,
If there's anybody but Alonso running.
What are we doing? He's like a
I'm pretty
dead
sure
cow.
Phil Nevin just fucking waved him home.
What are we doing?
NL MVP, I'm going to have to say we're watching him right now on Juan Soto. I think Soto takes the NL MVP.
And he's Devin's hard on for Soto. He's insane.
I love Juan Soto. He's ridiculous. I would kill to have him in pinstripes. I really would.
That would be. He would probably hit 70 home runs.
Oh,
I do really appreciate it when he like takes a strike and then he just like has that like spread leg stare at the pitcher.
If we didn't sign anybody this offseason to go out and sign Soto, I will never say another bad word about Brian Cashman.
He actually looks
until the
sick,
following
by
year
the
when
way.
he pisses me off.
Keith Hernandez literally goes, "Why is there a play at the plate?" Because we sent the slowest guy on the team from first.
Thank God he didn't tumble.
Oh shit, he's safe.
Would have gotten snacks sending me gifts for the next year.
Well, it would be Mets for him to tumble and then have an ACL injury now for the season. So,
and my
what would be more Met than?
And my prediction of them not making the playoffs looks good.
Right, we'd all literally be changing our predictions of them making the playoffs on the show.
I am gonna go. Again, I think the voters might put some emphasis on winning this year, and Juan Soto and the Nationals are going to do none of that. So I'm going to go Ronald Acuna Jr.
Okay.
That's tough because he's coming off such an injury.
Oh, I know, but he's a freak.
No, I know you know.
He's not a human.
He's not.
I know. I'm going Mookie Betts.
Nice. I was thinking about Mookie.
Call on the field stands. They picked up the flag.
Your mom's a whore.
Your mom's a whore.
Once he started tripping, they should have just been like, all right.
Yeah. The fourth, because it started an hour late.
Oh, right. Yeah, because
we're actually the team that even though everyone's trying to speed up baseball, we're going to slow it down.
Yeah, just wait till the first Yankees-Red Sox game tomorrow. It's going to be 5.5 hours long.
Devin's going to be there till Saturday.
Yeah.
Danny, who do you have for NL MVP?
I said Mookie. Betts.
All right. I do have them going to the playoffs in San Diego. Oh, wait. No. He's out for half the year, isn't he?
Yeah, he's out for a minute.
Yeah.
I forgot he was out for half the year. Wow.
He's out for a minute.
Oh, that's going to be a tough one. I think he's going to show off in his hometown by playing first in Atlanta.
Ooh.
I think he's going there to show off, and he's the least threatening guy in the lineup if you look at it. Like, you got Acuna, you got a bunch of other guys. There's a bunch of other guys in the lineup that were there last year that hit the ball without Acuna.
Fair.
So I think Olsen's gonna have those. Acuna's gonna get on base. Olsen's gonna get those RBI numbers though from him being on base.
Yeah.
Which is gonna lead to it.
It's fair.
Alrighty. Cy Young.
I'm gonna give you mine, and I gotta just step out real quick. So
No.
Go back. AL Cy Young, I'm going Derek Cole. I think he's gonna finally win it.
Too.
I'm going Derek Cole. Give me 1 second.
I want to shut the hell up.
Danny knows how I feel about Garrett Cole.
And he's also wearing a Garrett Cole shirt. That cracks me up.
It was a gift.
Fair enough.
But
from the girl in the other room that he loves so much.
Oh yeah.
And we all love so much. Just remember.
I hate.
Oh yeah, he has AirPods on. We could talk that.
I hate Garrett Cole, but I'm with Devin. I'm taking Garrett Cole. Bieber's a good pick. Then.
Yeah, I'm actually going Bieber, even though the Guardians. That's weird to say. It's gonna be very.
I'm. You know what? I'm sorry.
I'm going Cleveland.
I'm
it's still the Red
Indians.
Sox in Washington, so it's still the Indians in Cleveland.
I'm calling them the Indians. I don't give a shit.
And I'm never calling them the Commanders
until they get
it's
a stadium that
way.
works. They're always going to be the Redskins.
I will.
Same.
I'll never call them the Guardians. Not Guardians. The Commanders, unless it's in a mocking way. They are the Washington football team.
That was better than Commanders. It's pretty sad when the fake name is better than the new name. All
right, so
I do like the White Sox this year, and they're gonna need pitching.
Oh, good call, Steve.
My boy Gio.
Giolito better be good. He's on my.
That's a good one.
Team.
I should retract.
Giolito's gonna. He was big last year for them.
You know what? Steve, I'm changing mine to Giolito. That's a good one.
Oh, I think he's gonna have another big year, and just keep growing. So, all right, Snacks. Start us off for the National League Cy Young.
Walker Buehler.
Buehler.
Because he might get 20 wins.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Ooh, Finn. That's a tough one with Finn. I'm torn with those two names.
Buehler or Scherzer.
Yeah, I wish. It's gonna be Buehler.
Sorry, I was just looking something up. Is that Buehler?
Yeah.
I think this man is due for a comeback.
Out
in San Diego.
Yo, you.
I'll tell you what.
They're going to need the pitching to get into the playoffs, at least the first 2 months of the season.
Vin, you took the top two guys at the top of my rotation in fantasy baseball. So you better be right, you piece of shit.
So we all agreed.
Beaver and Wheeler?
Nobody cares about
Giolito and you.
You
actually,
Steve,
holy shit,
that was me. Thanks.
I have Buehler, Giolito, and Darvish.
Oh wow!
I got a text. Oh, Vin's probably asleep.
Nah, it's opening night. He's not sleeping.
Well, no, he's got drugs from the doctor.
Drugs.
Because I didn't put NL manager on this list. You know, he's better than that. He should be telling me these things when I send them to him. Terrible co-host. All right, Danny. American League Manager of the Year, because nobody knows any rookies in the league, so it doesn't matter anyway. Except for the guy in Seattle and Bobby Wood Jr.
American League. Oh, let's go through this list.
I'm so excited for Snacks to pick Aaron Boone.
Stop. No. Catch me dead before I do that.
Dev, who's your NL Cy Young? I think your mic's on mute.
Damn it.
Nope, don't hear anything out of you, Dev.
Devin.
I'm going to go with Charlie Mariota from Toronto.
Say that 5 times fast and spell it.
Charlie, common spelling. Then Montioto is Montioyo.
Oh, Snacks is a Jeopardy guy. We should have not a Wheel of Fortune guy.
What is?
Oh no!
No, he does both.
I do both, and I'm very good at Wheel. Very good.
Beep, beep, beep.
Oh, Devin's back. You should let him in, right? There he is. We hear your TV now.
You hear me now? Cool.
Yeah, who's your NL MVP?
NL Cy Young, right? Not MVP.
Cy Young, yeah.
yes.
Walker Bueller.
Bueller.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Finn's the only different one,
The weirdo.
which is a very good one.
Well, I'm the one. I didn't have Bueller.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're
go
you.
ahead.
Good call. Sorry, I
All
was
right.
looking at
You're you.
Giolito.
That's kind of rude.
All right. I wanted to say AJ Hinch because I do think the Tigers are actually going to be sneaky good this year.
That was what you
Yeah.
mentioned earlier.
That is what I mentioned earlier. I'm very high on the Tigers. I think they have a lot of good young players. But I think that the voters are never going to vote for that man to be manager of the year, just from the history. So, to Devin's point about his AL West champions, I'm going. I don't even know how to say his last name. Scott Servais. Servais, I believe.
I have
Yeah.
like the MLB app open.
Oh,
and
you
has,
got it
like, the
already.
predictions. So I've got the spelling. I want to see if Danny was able to do it.
I wasn't even paying attention. I'll be honest.
Oh wait, Danny, that was
Was
your
you
pick.
on
I
it?
put that under Devin. Devin, who do you have for AL Manager of the Year?
So I'm gonna say Aaron Boone, and I'm gonna go with I did Montoya.
You do realize that if
Thank
he
God.
does, who? Oh, the guy. The same
Juan
guy.
Pablo Montoya.
If that guy doesn't have lines of cocaine on his desk during every managerial press conference, is there?
Cocaine.
It's like,
If he did, that'd be
it's like you need to be tossed in the league
Okay. Why didn't Vin do an NL manager?
because I literally just added it to the list. He
Oh.
texted me. He's up.
It's
right.
opening night. He's not sleeping.
So, since I do have them winning the AL Central, good. That's good. My boy Tony.
Nice.
Larissa.
Great guinea.
Best, him and his beers in the dugout.
As long as he doesn't sleep in front of the wheel again, behind the wheel again.
Well, he does it in the dugout, so that way they cut him off after the 7th inning, and it gives him a chance to serve it. Duh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not how you spell Roberts. Right?
R-O.
Roberts. All right. Vin's got Dave Roberts as your NL Manager of the Year. Devin?
I'm gonna go with Craig Counsell for the Brewers.
Ooh, I was thinking that.
Craig Counsell, what a great stance he had, huh?
He did.
One of the greatest of all time.
Remember the whole time we played them in Arizona.
Wow, Robbie Cano bunted for a base hit. How about that?
Wow, look at that.
Well, if you have the shift, you gotta.
First game of the year, can't hold anything back now.
When you come up with that all by yourself? Shut up, Brent.
Shut up, Brent. I'm gonna go. He's missing his best player hat. I'm gonna go Bob Melvin.
Damn it, Snacks.
Sorry, Dan.
Okay. I was definitely thinking that way too with myself.
Yeah, I'm going Melvin as well. Because I think with Dave Roberts, it's like their lineup. I know Melvin's lineup is just insane as well, but it's gonna hold more weight for Melvin than it is for Dave Roberts.
Correct, I agree.
And honestly, Dave Roberts isn't that great of a manager.
No, he's not. Bob Melvin's very good. Bob Melvin's very good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a curveball at all you guys right now because he's got the old guys.
Buck Showalter.
Nope.
Oh,
listen, we have 88 wins on the over/under win, so when we hit 80 in the year, we won't even have a job. Out of St. Louis.
Yeah, this is who I debated.
Yeah.
Out of St. Louis.
This is who I debated.
Like Snacks, it's going to be interesting to see how they go, especially with the older guys on that team. So I'm intrigued to see that one. Alrighty. Since we all know we both have the Yankees winning the World Series and Aaron Boone getting,
for the record, Vin has raised Dodgers.
I do not have that at all.
Rays, Dodgers.
I have the Blue Jays and the Dodgers in the World Series. I mean, there's no way the Dodgers don't make that at the NL, right?
I mean, if they don't, I would say it's a colossal failure.
Yeah.
The only way is the Atlanta. Ideally, if you look at it, because you got to at least consider them, considering they won it last year, and like we said, they've basically improved the team by bringing Acuna Jr. back.
Yeah, I agree, but I swear to God, I'm not just saying this. If those Mets arms are all healthy, I'm telling you, that's a scary team.
Who's winning it?
The Dodgers. I have the Dodgers win the World Series because, I mean, how can you not? You have a lineup that consists of, like, Cody Bellinger batting eighth. I mean, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Justin Turner, Max Munn. I mean, it's just an embarrassment of
Will
riches.
Smith.
Literally an embarrassment
But
of riches.
what beats good hitting in the playoffs?
Good comedy thing out of Chris Rock.
No, it's fair.
Apparently, somebody yelled at the game at the Angels ballpark the other day. I hear this Will Smith can't slap.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I know we're not making this prediction. I do think the NLCS. My prediction is Mets versus Dodgers. By the way, just putting that out there.
Great.
Danny, I'm bullish about the Mets.
Danny, you don't even have us making the playoffs. What do you care?
I'm very disappointed in you.
Danny's gonna have us in the World Series without making the playoffs. You'll see.
No,
First team ever to automatically get a World Series bid without having to be in the playoffs.
No, I'm
Me and
actually
Danny are very similar with our sports fandom. I know how he's thinking. I understand it.
Yeah, I'm actually very mad at him right now.
Why do you think we all have the Giants with 2 wins next year?
Yes, well, I have him at 1.5.
Come on, Saquon will be back.
Listen, he's going to have one good game. We're going to trade him right to Seattle for DK just to piss you guys off.
Oh, by the way, before I forget, it's very draft day, and everybody knows how much I hate that movie. But if the Jets trade to Seattle for DK Metcalf, their 10th pick, that would be an all-time draft day move.
I think it'd be a good move for the Jets.
No, I agree. But
I would make
it
that
is a draft day move. Yeah.
It's like just funny though. That was like the
because they play. Yeah, because I was like, wait, what do you mean? And then I remember the trade. They had the 10th pick because of the Seahawks. That's funny. That would be hysterical.
Oh, it would be a great move.
All right, we're just bunting to try and get some runs in this game at this point because now McNeil's trying to drag bunt down the line.
All right, this is not National League Baseball anymore, guys.
That is definitely a Buck managed team. All
right.
Listen, he's known for
I was really about to piss Danny off, but I'm not going to do it.
Remember, Baltimore almost made that. Didn't Baltimore make the playoffs one year with him?
Yeah, and they didn't use Britton, one of the in the playoffs.
Oh my God, that was travesty.
So what you're saying is I won't have to see Diaz in the postseason? Okay, we can make
but Britton was actually good, so you'll see a lot.
Yeah, Britton was nasty, and they're like, no, let's not use him.
No, Danny, I wasn't going to piss you off by putting the Mets in. I was going to put the Yankees in.
Braves.
The Yankees.
Apparently, we get a base hit according to Devin's TV.
Because you're gonna be like, oh, you rag on them all year. Every game.
There we go. Yeah.
Nobody
didn't come home.
Base hit to center, and they held Cano at second, but a base hit to the wall, and Pete, the fat guy's running from first.
No out.
Bases loaded.
Yeah, they would have gotten.
Bases loaded, no out.
Robles has an arm.
I'm gonna go White Sox Dodgers.
There you go. That's a good one.
And the winner is
the White Sox.
Ooh.
I don't know why I'm feeling Chicago this year.
What just happened?
They were very disappointing. Go to undo. They were disappointing in the playoffs last year, but I think they're really, really good.
So who's winning the World Series?
White Sox.
Hope so. Answer. Their manager and their Cy Young.
Yeah. If you have the Cy Young and the manager of the year, you better have a shot.
You better at least get to that level. Get to that game.
Yeah, right.
Oh no. Didn't Collins win it in 15, I think? Oh, no. The Cubs won everything in 15, right?
Probably.
No, it was us in 15. 16
yeah, 16.
Yeah, but 15, who won the awards?
Oh, I don't remember.
Was that one of Jake's Cy Young years?
No.
No.
All right, Danny.
Must have been Kershaw.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna shake it up with the NL, and I'm gonna say Padres because their pitching
Ooh.
staff is really nasty.
It's very
especially
underrated. They just got
if
Minot.
help-
Yeah, this is good.
And they're
Yeah.
trading away, and they're going to try and trade away Paddock.
They did trade away him.
They already did.
Oh, they traded him today, right?
Yeah, today.
That's right.
Yeah, to Minnesota.
I like this, Danny.
And Clevenger, who's coming off of Tommy John, can easily come back at some point of the season.
Oh yeah, they
and
traded for him randomly in the middle of the year, and they're like, yeah, he's done.
Yeah, but so I'm going Padres beating the who I have in the playoffs.
Did you just say the word beating?
Yeah, beating. Who are they beating?
Let your mind wander, huh, Steve?
Yeah, jeez.
Well, I got the alert that said that the horn buzzed at the Garden and everybody started throwing punches.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like literally, just all 10 players on the ice just started dogpiling each other in the corner.
All right.
Rangers won 3-0, but still, nobody cares.
I'm going Rays.
And he's
I
really
don't
trying to
like
help baseball with their ratings, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they'll probably
going-
tune in for Tatis.
I'm going Padres.
Nice.
Listen-
I like it.
Listen,
Da-
honestly,
Danny
if you
was-
get
Danny
that
was the
World
most
Series that
unorthodox
nobody
one here.
expects, you're more likely to get better viewers. Like, if you get the two teams that spent the most money, who's going to watch that?
Well,
Like,
And how about this? Blake Snell shoves it up the Rays' ass, and
Ooh,
wins
another
MVP.
World Series
There-
World Series blunder by Cash.
love that.
I'm going White Sox, Braves. I think they're going to,
Oh, they're
They're going-
going back to back, huh?
but I think the White Sox are going to pull it out.
Oh, let's go,
Ooh,
Stevie.
I'm going to give the White Sox it. I just feel like the Dodgers are just going to Dodger.
Yeah,
gonna
no,
be
I
Yeah,
like
like
right
you're
there, and
probably right.
You're
and
you're
Kershaw's
probably
just going to
all
be
right.
like, sorry, my arm doesn't work in October. So he's not a good postseason pitcher.
No, he's not.
Excuse me.
Wait, he
I could
pitched
see
well.
the
in
Dodgers,
he
though,
pitched-
acquiring somebody at the trade deadline, though.
Oh,
That's like
for
a
sure.
solid,
They're
big-time
100%
pitcher.
going after somebody in the deadline.
Well, shout out to Danny for being the most unorthodox picker here.
Yeah, I like to do that.
He's
It's
trying
not
as
like
hard as
I'm
he
winning
can to
or
make sure the
losing any
Mets win
money
it all
here.
this year. Okay, give him a break.
We should have done like a dollar if it was more like. No, I can't do that. I was trying to think of like something different.
Steve and Vin owe me a Met game. I gotta figure out.
You got to tell us what game we're going.
I said I gotta figure that out. Gotta figure that out.
He did say that.
We didn't do fantasy baseball this year because it just everything with the lockout. So last year we had it with the three of us, wherever the standings leader was at the end of the year, got a Met game on the house from the other two.
On the house. Had a boy, Dan.
So
Yeah.
did you win the whole thing or?
No, I got third place, I believe.
Oh, look, me too.
So
But I did win football, so
that does conclude our baseball preview show. Appreciate
Thank you,
it,
Devin and
Snacks Devin.
for saving the day.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, for sure.
joining
Loved
us.
it. I don't get to talk
We're gonna
baseball
have to
much, so.
We're going to have to come back for the draft.
We're gonna start setting up. We got a couple things to set with you guys up. We got our introductory Green Bay Packer ownership press conference coming up.
Yeah.
We will have to screen all questions though, due to the fact of we don't want to get thrown off of Spotify and Apple.
What the fuck happened here? The hell is that?
As much as we love you, Snacks, we are going to have to definitely.
I understand. I take it like a man.
The Islanders had to screen all the Lululemon questions a couple weeks ago because they
Well,
weren't.
that's
stupid
how
either.
it was at the Giants town hall with Gettleman and
Well,
Nara.
That's so.
I hope
listen.
they bring that back this year, Snacks.
Listen.
Yeah,
they
me
hit
too.
him.
I've never
God.
been there.
Bitch.
It looked like he leaned into it, but I'll take it.
Whatever.
run?
We scored a run on a hit by pitch.
All right. That's Buck baseball, baby.
That's baby.
Look, Ravizicano's hysterical laughing about the whole thing too in the dugout. Like, it's like,
Take it.
so what? I
Call
can't
the
wait for him to
bullpen.
fall on a needle in the clubhouse when they get back to New York.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
Listen, we all watch Billions. I've said it before. We all know Steve Cohen's got that guy in the back waiting with the needle. They just slip
man.
a
Like a
little.
masseuse just rubs lotion and oh no, that's
Just like that guy. It's like the GM last year. Just had a drink at the house?
What a creep.
Just one.
Just one drink at the house and couldn't drive home?
Right.
It was a strong drink.
It's one way to get a guy fired, right?
Unbelievable.
Well, like I said, appreciate you guys very much for filling in. We will definitely
Thanks
be
for
in touch
having me.
soon.
Thank you, man. Thank
Danny,
you,
any
man.
last words
go,
before we end
Mets.
this?
What?
Anything out of you before we end it?
No, let's go Mets. And I guess for the guys that root for the Yankees, go them.
Fuck
Yay,
them.
baseball.
At the end of the day,
You did
it's
not
like the
mean that.
Giants and Jets. It's
You
just like
did
it's
not.
two different divisions, two different
Right.
conferences. When we
Yeah.
don't play each other, it means nothing.
No, I clown on Danny all the time. I hate most Met fans because of the delusion. Not really delusion. It's more the
You should hang out with Lauren.
it's like the April parades. That's what right, Dan? That's what I call them.
Yeah,
But I
you
don't
call
hate
it
I don't
April
hate the Mets.
Listen,
Jacob DeGrom's my favorite player to watch in baseball. So.
Every April, I text Danny after that big win that we have in that first week,
This
and I
is
go,
the year.
How do I get the access to your building so I can get a good seat for the parade?"
Yeah. Dude's setting up his chair already.
I have
Well-
USA women's soccer. It's my only parade.
Danny has
so
only
far.
seen USA women's soccer parades.
That's it?
That's it.
Jesus.
so funny.
Oh, the 8 years I've been at work, yeah.
I mean,
I missed
that's
the
like
Giant
the,
City's
one.
gone to shits. The whole city's gone to shits.
And I was able to walk down Broadway. That was the saddest part.
I
Which
saw the Irish Day
obviously
parade
not-
on Hempstead Turnpike once. I don't,
Yeah, there's been a parade on Long Island that doesn't include a bunch of Irish
St.
guys.
Patty's Day parade.
Like someone asked. I don't want to. This is a baseball show. We'll do it next week.
All right.
I like the tease. Makes everybody tune in now.
Right. Now Snacks is like, great. Now I got to be here next week too.
That's it.
Well, Snacks, you only have a couple more days of the great Nick basketball to watch. So
Oh, thank God.
God.
Then my
This is-
attention turns to rooting against the Nets.
this is like,
Yes.
well, they're going to be out in the play-in game anyway.
No, they're gonna win the
They'll
playoff.
be in the play.
They're gonna win the first round.
Yeah.
They should
I want
walk.
them bounced in the first.
I want them
I
bouncing.
hate that team.
Listen, we should all just be very happy LeBron's not even going to that thing.
Agreed. But then
Listen,
again, it
there's
takes kind of some
nothing
of the
better
juice
than
away.
It does take a lot of the juice.
I love all the LeBron stands sitting there going, now, all right, I'm ready to go to Golden State.
Yeah,
You
of course.
fucking
Yo, he
bum.
said he can't wait to play with Curry one day.
And
I
Curry
know,
was
but-
like, "No, that's
yeah,
not."
Curry's like, please carry me, please.
Nah, Steph's awesome. I
Shout
like-
out to the guy, by the way, in the stands the other night when they did get eliminated, that had the sign that said Kobe would have played in a must-win.
I didn't
Oh, yeah.
see that. That's awesome.
Yep, I'll find it and I gotta send that to you.
Yes, please. I need to
But
see
yeah,
that.
someone had a sign. It was like,
'Cause I'll
'cause
be
LeBron
using it.
hasn't played in like a week.
Yeah, he's a loser.
Yeah, he
Sucks,
sucks.
sucks.
The guy got up, tore his ACL, got up and made 2 free throws.
It was
before getting
Achilles. Even worse. It was Achilles.
kicked.
He switched him. That's unbelievable. All right, you guys are the best. Thank you.
Appreciate it,
Yeah.
boys.
Have a great night, guys.
You as well,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Later.